Re, 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 re. Omyoma for me, re. Eva, where ya hewa. Oto, where ya hewa. Re, 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 re. Omyoma for me, re. Eva, where ya hewa. Otagmona ya hewa. Launure, laurena. Launure, nure, nure. Launure, laurena. Ọ̀gbẹ́ni máa ké hẹ̀wẹ̀ ọ̀gbẹ́ni máa ké lérùn bẹ́ẹ̀ni máa ké mọ̀wẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ni máa ké hòdẹ̀ làrẹ́nà lánúrẹ́ 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 re. Omyoma famare, iwe ya hewa, otagbona ya hewa, re. Omyoma famare, iwe ya hewa, idu ya hewa. Yahuwah, let the spirit and the bride say, come.
Yes, my awesome Abba Yahuwah. Like you always love to say that you do things for the sake of your great name. You keep saying this. Therefore, Abba Yahuwah, I'm bringing you to the remembrance of your doings for the sake of your holy name. So therefore, Baba, I ask for your presence, physical presence here on earth. Grant this desire of mine for the sake of your eternal, holy, great name. Yahuwah, Yud, He, Wah, He. I am whose I am. Do it for the sake of this, your eternal great name. In your mighty name, Yahuwah. Amen. Yes, family. Greetings to every one of us. Hope we all are doing great on this wonderful, glorious, lovely covenanty day once again for you and I to circle around Abba Yahuwah's eternal blessed throne and to just get our soul, spirit, body, our totality, the past, right now, future filled with Abba Yahuwah's eternal divine breath. Family, only in His presence, everything that is in disorderment will be put in order. Yes, in His presence we get issues solved, problems solved, problem fixed. Only in His presence, like kind of course now, when the higher hand, okay, is pressing you down, what will you do? You run to the court. You run to the court. Okay? For rescue, for them to come and rescue you because you will summon, oh, Shandalaboseke, the one that is oppressing you in the court of law. Yes, because the court of law has power over him that is oppressing you, that is pressing you down. I don't want you to sing a new song or rise up or breathe. Yes, you will report such a one to the authority. Okay, because not in Nigeria, not in Africa, or rather, let me be talking about Nigeria, where there is no law. Okay, but here in Western world, of course, anyone who do anyhow, we will definitely see anyhow in this very land where we are. Okay, because they are greater than you and your oppressor. So in like manner, in the presence of Abba Yahuwah, that is where every issues, because devil yeah, aka Allah, Jesus Christ, all these holy deities, okay. To them, of course, not to them. We all know that they are also powerful. But to get issues solved, their problem solved, you just report them to Abba Yahuwah. Yes, go to Abba Yahuwah and report your enemy unto him. And he alone know how to fix them. Yes, he know how to humble them. He know how to settle them. He know how to settle the case. Him alone does that. Thank you, Abba. So that is why it's always good, to be in his presence. Always, always good. It's the best place ever to be. Abba Yahuwah's presence. There you will get things fixed, okay? Yeah, you'll get things fixed. All right, with this being said, let's do why we are here again in his presence. Thank you, Abba. Love you so much. To you be all glory, eternal. You alone deserve worship. Yes, you own it. It belongs unto you. Holy worship at your feet. We love you, I and the entire camp of Israel. We say we love you because you first love us unconditionally. Thank you, my Father. Thank you for the deposit you made in our soul, your word, and also your spirit. We say thank you, Father. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. All right, now, family, like I said, we want to do it again in his presence. So I wanted to move on. In fact, I've already done so, moved on out of this, topic prior to, okay, the very topic we have been treating for this past weeks, okay. But Abba Yahuwah dragged me more. Though I said it in one video that the authenticity of Abba Yahuwah versus Allah. I didn't know Abba Yahuwah just hold it. Okay. So when I thought I was already done, I said no. I need to address that very one. The one yes, the one I said already said I need to address that one, okay? So which is the very one we are about to look into. So, like you and I know already, that title always help navigate us into Holy Scriptures. So let's call out the title in his presence. Here we are in the heavenly courtroom of Abba Yahuwah with this powerful message started for you and me. The judicial authentication of Yahuwah sworn by himself. Hebrews chapter 6 verses 13 through 18. Versus Allah sworn by all things like pig, poo, pea, gay, etc. Quran chapter 69 verses 38 through 39. That is the title. Okay, so we're going to be working with this title because title is going to help, break it down very simple for you and I. So we want to look into the very judiciary authentication of Abba Yahuwah by swearing by himself. He sworn by himself. And Allah that also said He needs our attention, and also call himself God because he's an attention seeker. Allah is just seeking for attention. That he wants also the whole world, the entire world, to give him our attention. He said he needs it. It's really, really agitating about that very strongly. Okay, we see all his men of war already on the street. So he also did something similar, but in a very different way. Allah also swore, but by you and me, by all things. In Quran chapter 69, verses 38 through 39, Allah swore by everything. By every single thing he swore. Unlike that of ABBA YAHUAH. Okay? Because ABBA YAHUAH said nobody, nothing absolutely is greater than him. Therefore he swore by himself. He just swore by himself. But Allah could follow suit and also swear by himself. But rather, he now began to swear by you and me, by created things, by everything. He said by the things we see and also by the things we don't see. So, what was the authentication of Allah? What is it all about? So, I would let you know what this authentication of Allah, what is all about. Why is Allah swearing with every single thing? He used man to swear, he used woman to swear, he used penis to swear, he also used vagina to swear, everything. He also swore by pig. You see where they are licking the anus of pig. He swore by this. He swore by Kaaba. He swore by all things. Unbelievable. The madness of this deity is heavy. All right, so let's not do it by feelings, but by the royal law's objective. We want to look into this Allah madness, because Allah have a madness. He have a sickness that we need to address. Mostly, I'm not seeing it this very way. I want to look into Allah swearing, but mostly failed to look into that because there is no way you will look into the kind of swearing authentication of Allah's power, of Allah's doing promises. When you look into it, it's going to be, offending you. It simply makes an offense, including fruits, including time. Why should Allah be swearing by all this? It doesn't make sense. You want to give me the authentication or judiciary authentication of what you promised me. You have to swear by my time. You also swear by my head. Why must you swear by my life? Why must you swear by poo? Because you said both the things we see and the one we don't see. You swear by toilets. You also swear by our menstrual cycle. That filthy thing. You also swore by, toilets or the pool will keep putting in there by the soccer way, by the gutter. You swear by all this, by pig, by dog, by gay, homosexual, lesbianism, prostitute, bestiality. You just swear by all this, by demons also. Because he swore by everything. Night, day, what is it for? Our gas cooker, our bath, our chair, our bed, including this phone I'm using to record, our laptop, televisions, everything. It's everything we see. Can you name it? Can you really, name all? Can you name everything? You see, that is what Allah said he used to authenticate, validate, okay, credit, assurance of who he is. So Allah want to deposit assurance into us or into our bank. It is to be swearing by poo and by pee, by our blood menstrual cycle. women labor room, and when they give birth, that blood fluid, Allah is sorry by all things, including men penis, anus, poo-poo. Oh no, this is heavy. I couldn't believe what I saw in Quran chapter 69, verses 38 through 39. I'm not still believing it. Because I couldn't, because I was doubting, maybe this one is not authentic Quran. Therefore, I has to go to the Noble Quran. I went to the Noble Quran. He translated it for me. Noble Quran has to translate. Because I saw it on the Google. I said, maybe this is not. Therefore, I has to go to Arabic in order for me to do some translation. I said, okay, let me pick from the one that, that can really, just take the one they wrote in Arabic and do the translation. I couldn't. People, what I saw, he baffled, I was blown off. I said, so this is true. Is this really, really true? Okay, I just go to the authentic Quran, type it, and it was just, oh my Abba, I love, my goodness, oh my goodness, what have you done? What have you done to yourself? Anyways, before we look into that, I quickly want to chip this in, because that is what we're here today in this presence. So we're going to be taking it both sides. First of all, we'll start with Allah, the noisemaker. We will first of all start with his own. So let me rebroadcast the title. The Judicial Authentication of Yahuwah swore by himself. Hebrews 6, verses 13 through 18. Versus Allah sworn by all things, like pig, poo, pea, gay, etc. Quran chapter 69, verses 38 through 39. That is the title. So first of all, let's start walking our way from this very wonderful holy breath of ABBA Yahuwah. Yes, we're gonna be. Let's pick it from here. Jeremiah chapter 10, verses 10 and 11. I read, but the Yahuwah is the true Yahuwah. He is the living Yahuwah and an everlasting King. At his wrath, the earth shall tremble, and the nations shall not be able to abide his indignation. Did you get that? And he swore by this, okay? He's not joking. He meant it. When ABBA Yahuwah said this is what it is, exactly that is what it is. That is exactly what it is. He meant it, eh? He meant it. 11. Thus shall ye say unto them, the gods that have not made the heavens and the earth, even they shall perish from the earth and from under these heavens. ABBA Yahuwah said, go and say to all these idol worship, all these demon worshippers, go and tell them that if your God isn't the one that made this very earth, sorry, this same God of yours is going to perish out of this earth and also out of the heavens. I'm going to throw him out. And when he says so, ABBA Yahuwah also authenticates his judgment, not just his goodness, also his judgment by swearing. He have it both sides. For his good, he authenticates it. Yes, he put his holy name on the front line. Yes, he put himself on the front line as a deposit in the bank. Fixed deposit. This is what is going to happen. He's heavy. Everything that makes Yahuwah, he put it on the ground like collateral. Is it not collateral? What do they call it? Collateral also? Collateral. He put it down as a deposit. And say, if I don't do it, all this be wiped out. And he meant it. And the reason why he meant it, he swore by himself. That is the danger in it. That is the danger. I can say he did this through, can I say hunger? Because it's like you people are doubting me. Okay, let me put my front as a deposit, as a guarantee, as assurance to authenticate this very matter I'm telling you guys about, if I don't do it. So ABBA YAHUAH that has already swore by himself. He's going to be playing games? Do you know what that is? Allah knew too well the implication. That was why he ran from that part. Allah ran for his life. He couldn't put himself on the front line. He couldn't lay down his name, himself, his throne. Allah refused all this. He now began to swear with common you and me. For what? Now began to swear by we, you and me. So now, he said, we see all these ghosts. You said they exist in the time of my indignation, whereby ABBA YAHUAH said, when I open my book of judgment, right now, they're going to wither like a flower. Like flower that will wither so fast. And he swore by that in minutes. So, let's proceed now. Isaiah 43, yes. Let's do. So we read Jeremiah already. Okay. This Ivet. Jeremiah chapter 10, verses 10 and 11. We do that already. So I want to also do Isaiah because ABBA YAHUAH'S mean it. You know, when you want to release, you want to let people know that I'm not your mate. We are not the same. You want to distance yourself from all this noise maker. You will go extra minded. You will go extra mind to authenticate it. You will definitely go extra mind. Now Isaiah chapter 43 verses 9. Exactly, that's what ABBA YAHUAH did. Chapter 43, Isaiah 43 verses 9. Let all the nations be gathered together, and let the people be assembled. Who among them can declare this and show us former things? Who? Let them bring forth their witness. That is what we are talking about. That they may be justified. Or let them hear and say, it is truth. 10. Ye are my witness. ABBA YAHUAH call you and I to witness for him. That's all he need. Finished. That is it. Not to be swearing by me. Ye are my witness, saith YAHUAH, and my servant, whom I have chosen, that ye may know and believe me, and understand that I am He. Before me there is no God formed. Neither shall there be after me. 11. I, even I am the YAHUAH. He's introducing himself, the YAHUAH. And beside me, there is no Savior. 12. I have declared and I have saved. He said, I've already saved and I have already done that. This is the Old Testament. Where did he declare and where did he save? That's the area I want to look into. And I have shown where there was no strange God. He said, even where there was no strange God. Allah is a strange God. Me, I exist already. Therefore, ye are my witness, saith YAHUAH, that I am God. Yea, 13. Yea, therefore, the day was I. Yea, therefore, the day was I. Am He, and there is none that can deliver out of my hand. I will walk and who shall let it? Okay, let's end over there. He bragged. Not just that he's bragging, but he knew who he is. That is why he talked like this. Can you talk like this? Can I talk like this? I can't. There. Neither can you. Have you ever seen any man who talks like this? No. Not even Allah. In all his craftiness, Allah he couldn't talk like this, and he couldn't introduce himself like this. Tell us who you are. Allah couldn't. He couldn't. Allah is what I see, or let me call Allah this name, emotional blackmailer. That is who Allah is. He loves blackmailing our emotions. He's playing on our intelligence. Allah is just emotional blackmailer. Yes, that is who this demon is. He works with our emotions. What do I mean? This is what it is. Our human body, or rather, our human body food. Allah used it to capture almost the entire world. That there is this bambanging, unstopping, ongoing, from eternity to eternity, ongoing bambanging. That one man is going to be having 72 vagina. That this man is going to be breaking the seal of these virgins, houris, for all eternity. They're going to be busy unlocking their vaginas. So as soon as they pull out their penis, they return back to virginity. They will just return back to virgin. Their virginity will return back to virgin. So all eternity, this man is going to be busy disflowering these little girls of 6 years old. Because he said they are little girls. That is emotional blackmailing people emotions. This is what Allah used to cut them. And as for you, the man, one man is equals to 100 men. Don't even bother that. You're going to run out of strength. You're going to run out of sexual power. No. Allah said, I have already deposited 100 men strength into you, a woman, equivalent to 100 men. And you also see your penis. You're not going to be strongly to try to, erect it. I have given you eternal erection. The ability for that your penis is going to be rod night and day, can't go down. This is how Allah blackmail people emotionally. Allah is a blackmailer. Now, you see that of ABBA Yahuwah. All right, let's proceed. What else? Okay, we'll also take some account from the New Testament before we start digging into this heavy-duty message. It's really heavy. But ABBA Yahuwah will see me through. It's really, really heavy. It's a long one. This should have been the work of man, but ABBA Yahuwah still put me in the field. I will do my best. Now listen. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verses 21. The royal law is speaking to you and me. You know, the royal law is the boss. Quran is a baby before the Bible. Quran even, testified that he bear ABBA Yahuwah's witness. Like ABBA Yahuwah gathered all the nations. He said, gather together, assembled yourself, and you must bear me witness, okay? So Quran bear witness to the royal law. Now listen. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verses 21. Prove all things. Are you going to be proving all things? That is what the royal law says to you and I. Don't just take everything, Try it. Don't just take it for taking sake. Don't take it for granted. Prove all things. Hold fast that which is good. After, we're going to be proving Yahuwah, and we're also going to be proving Allah, but we'll start proving Allah. So when we are so done proving Allah, therefore we will not proceed also to prove Yahuwah. So therefore he now said, after we have done that, you will hold fast to the good one. Muslim, I know one day you will come in contact with this message. And Christian, you are not left out, because Allah is seeking the entire world attention. He wants all of us to give him our attention, okay, because he's an attention seeker. He also called himself some gods, okay, that desire, or rather that deserved to be worshipped, to be served, okay, to be served, yeah, to be worshipped, to be praised, okay, he deserved it according to Allah. That is what he's seeking for, is asking you and our hand in fellowship. So, before you do that, you're gonna be proving all things. Anyways, Muslims, you are excluded out of this platform, because there is no way you will be a Muslim and you will say you converted to what again? To our Bible, after you are blasphemed. That is blasphemy. The very one you also call sheikh or so sheikh or whatever. I don't know what you call it. I'm saying that I'm not Arab. Okay. So after you have done that, there's no forgiveness for a blasphemer. You call him Muhammad, Holy Spirit. No way. No way. That is a sin against Holy Spirit. No way. Assuming that one was not part of the madness in Quran, of course, you come to the realization of the truth. Of course, you are allowed to, convert it to Bible. But not when you first of all take that eternal damnation breath into you, call it a filthy demonic entity, Muhammad, Holy Spirit. No way. No way. It's just only that for that reason. Every other part, there would have been pardoned. Should have been pardoned. But you believe in that? Except if you are not grown wings to that. I don't know. Is there any Muslim that's is not gonna be believing that Muhammad is the Holy Spirit? I don't think so. Yeah, fundamental whatever teaches. Anyways, so should I read there again? 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verses 21. Prove all things. Hold fast that which is good. So we're gonna prove all things. All things over here. No, we're going to be proving Yahuwah. I'm sorry. We're going to be proving Yahuwah. First of all, we'll start proving Allah. Everything Allah stands for. And the authentic judiciary or promise Allah gave to you and me. Guarantee. So first of all, start proving that one. Then we'll now go to that of ABBA Yahuwah. So let me change my paperwork. You are great. Araba Santa Labu, Imoseke Rabo. You are great. You are great, Rabo Sandao. Yes, you are great. Oh, we have not yet done. With one for this very talk before we go. I have read Ephesians, 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, 21. So let us also deal now. How did I include it? Yes, one to go. Matthew. Oh, my Father. They are just dragging my phone with me. What is going on? To enter Bible, before that we just rush one time, that we just shoot one advert into it. Like the other day, whereby I was saying Jesus is the very full name. Jesus is the most ugliest name I ever know. I will play that woman's song now, because it's not taking. She said, Jesus, the most useless name I know. He has never been the same. Don't ever take his ugly name. That is the reason we must dump him so. Jesus, the most ugliest name I know, or the most ugly name I know. That song, and she over-composed. She turned it into Christian heart because it's the most ugly name. Now, Matthew 7, is it 7? Yeah, 7, 15 and 16. Where am I? Is it 7? Yeah, correct. Matthew 7, verses 15 and 16. Now, listen, beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. 16. Ye shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes of thorns, or fig of tails? No, no. He said you will know them by their fruit. Now, like when we just read 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verses 21, said we should prove all things. So after we finish proving all things, and we should hold on to the very good one. And Yahushua said, no one is good but Yahuwah. And Matthew 7, verses 15, 16 said, we should be very careful, because when you see good, you also see bad. That is to say, everything has a duplicate. God have a duplicate. There is a good God and there is a lying God. Messiah, there is a real Messiah and there is a false Messiah. Like there is a real God and there is false God. There is real Messiah, there is false Messiah. There is real prophet and also there is false prophet. So on and so forth. Okay. So you will see good one, and you also see the false one. That is the imitator. That is a duplicate. Okay. Genetic modified organism. Okay. And the masquerading stuff. Okay. So they're going to be taking the character of the good one. They will now use it to mark themselves, the evil one, and they will be claiming that they are the very good one. What is it? What they are doing? What does it mean? It is to lure you out from the good one and unto themselves. Like I said, Allah is seeking for attention, and the only way He wants to get our attention, it is through this deity or godhood thing. Okay. So, like in the court of law, okay, before you give any testimony or any testimonial, first of all, if you are a Christian or whatever, they will give you a Bible to swear with. And if you are a Muslim, they will give you Quran to swear with. So, that is to say, to give validation that what you are going to say here is the truth, but not in but the only truth. You see, when they're also swearing the government into office, the president precisely into office, in like manner, they also give them whatever. If you are a Muslim or you are a Christian, they give you whatever you believe, the book you believe, and they will use that to swear you in. Okay, swear you in. And you give your promise, okay, your pledge. That is the word. You will give your pledge unto them, and after that, they will not say, "Come and swear that you will do exactly what you say." Man, this government, they are all into cursing because they are swearing falsely. All of them, they are into curse, man. Because I see so many of them swore in by Quran or by the royal law, yet they will still lie, they will still, mislead, they will still not do what they said, what they just swore, what they took oath. That is oath. Still they will not fulfill it. So now, according to where we just read, Matthew 7, verses 15 and 16, and 16 said, we shall know these wolves in sheep clothing, these wolves that has already taken the biblical Messiah's character, biblical YAHUAH'S character, and his sayings to mark himself. If Quran, you still remember where we just read one day, I think Quran, where? Is it 16 now also? Verses whereby he said, if Muslims don't believe the royal law, he said they have nowhere to stand. They don't have no ground at all to stand. What was Allah doing? Allah took the royal law to mask himself. He also took the YAHUAH'S appearance to mask himself. That is what we are saying. So, but we will unmask. We're going to unmask Allah now. We want to unmask Allah through the mindset of the royal law. Like I said, 1 Thessalonians 5:21. It says so. It says so. It says so that we should prove all things. So in the process of proving all things, that is how we unmask Allah. So first of all, like I said, let's do that of Allah. So before we would do that of Allah, let's see what the king said prior to this very authenticity, to authenticate your legends, Sabi, your swearing, your pledge, your oath. To authenticate it, it is by swearing. So first of all, let's see what the king has to say. Why should the king? Because we want to look into swearing. And I don't want this to hang on your heart and say, but the king said we shouldn't swear by anything. Why did the king said we shouldn't swear at all by anything? Why? That's what I want to look into. Matthew 23, verses 16, I think, through 22. Let's see why Yahushua said we shouldn't swear at all. Thank you, Abba Yahuwah. You are great, Rabbo Sekeo. Yes, you are great. You are great, Rabbo Santa Labu. Imoseke Rabbe. You are great. You are great, Rabbo Sanda. Yes, you are great. You are great, Rabbo Santa Labu. Imoseke Rabbe. You are great. You are great, my Abba. You are great. I know you are great. Everything you created says so. Matthew 23, verses 16. Woe unto you, ye blind guides, which say, whosoever shall swear by the temple is nothing, but whosoever shall swear by the gold of the temple, he is a debtor. 17. Ye fools and blind, for whether is greater, the gold or the temple that sanctifieth the gold. 18. And whosoever shall swear by the altar is nothing, but whosoever sweareth by the gift that is upon it is guilty. 19. Ye fools and blind, for whether is greater, the gift or the altar that sanctifieth the gift. 20. Whoso therefore shall swear by the altar sweareth by it, and by all things thereon. 21. And whoso shall swear by the temple sweareth by it, and by him that dwelleth therein. Allah, you can swear by Yahuwah indirectly. That is what Allah just did. That is the criminality of Allah. 22. And he that shall swear by heaven sweareth by the throne of Yahuwah, and by him that sitteth thereon. So you see, no, so let's go to 5. Oh my Abba, what is going on? Until they finish whatever they are displaying. Let me just mute it so I don't sing that nonsense song. What a beautiful name is Jesus. Jesus beautiful? What a ugly name is Jesus. Jesus, the most useless name I know. He has never been the same. So we must dump his useless name. So let's do it now. They finished their whatever already. Okay, Matthew 5. So Matthew 5 consummated all. Okay, Yahushua just put it like that, but he finished the consummation. Rather, he started looking into, he knew his Pharisees, he knew their hypocrisy. So he first of all started throwing it at them before he now concluded in where we just read, Matthew 23, verses 16 through 22. So now I want to read Matthew again. Matthew 5 will be taken from 33 through 37. Let's see why Yahushua said we shouldn't do it at all. I read again. Ye have heard that it had said Okay, let me take it again. Ye have heard that it hath been said by them of old time, thou shalt not forswear thyself, but thou, okay, but shalt perform, okay, but shalt perform unto Yahuwah thy oaths. Okay, 34. But I say unto you, swear not at all, neither by heavy, for it is Yahuwah's throne, nor by earth, nor by the earth, for it is his footstool, neither by Jerusalem, for it is the city of the great king. But Allah swore by all this. 36. Neither shalt thou swear by thy head. You don't swear by yourself, but Allah swear by our head. Because thou cannot make one hair white or black. 37. But let your communication be yea, yea, nay, nay, for whatsoever is more than this cometh of evil. So that is the tree of the knowledge of good and evil we want to look into now. Remember, evil is going to mask up himself with good. That is to say, sheep in sheep clothing. But inside, the real thing is wolves. The wolf will tear you apart. Wolves, he will tear you into pieces. But it's not going to counter you as the wolves he is. No, he's going to rather take the cloth, okay, the skin of sheep, and he will mask himself. That is the problem. And that makes it difficult. So, but Yahushua not make it so clear in verses 16 that Matthew 7:16, we will decode, unlocked, unraveled the wolves in sheep clothing through what? Through by their fruits. So let's go and unmask Allah by his fruit. Because it said, whatever you say more than this, come on now, is from the evil. Evil one is the one swearing by all this, swearing by temple, swearing by city, swearing by stars, by evil one is the one doing that. Now, why do Yahushua tell us not to swear at all? Just let it be yes or no. Why? Because you see the Pharisees where we just came from, Matthew 23, they said you can swear by the gold in the temple. And when you swear by the gold in the temple, and that is when you are trying to convince people to say this testimony you are giving is true. Okay, therefore you need to authenticate it by swearing. So the Pharisees knew too well because their hypocrisy were just too alarming. Okay, so they knew too well what it is to swear by the name of Abba Yahuwah falsely. So they're not abolishing that. Don't swear by Yahuwah, please. But you can swear by the gift in the temple. Because they know that we are lying. They know that they are swearing is to deceive people like Jesus Christ pastor today. Okay, give you false testimony. They know, they knew inside them. They are saying the truth to themselves. So, to deceive the Republican, the people watching you, just swear by the gift in the temple, by the gold in the temple. You just swear by any materials you found in the temple. And that is good. But don't swear by. Let me go there. I want to be sure of what I'm quoting. Matthew 23 on my ABBA. So let's take it again. So that was why Yahushua said, don't even try it. 16 now. Because woe unto you, ye blind guys, which say, whosoever shall swear by the temple is good I come back. It is nothing. By the temple. But there is someone in the temple. But whosoever shall swear by the gold of the temple, he is debtor. Okay, now. So when you swear by the gold, when you swear by the temple itself that accommodate all this, they say it's nothing. But when you not swear by the gold, you see, they not removed the name of Abba Yahuwah from it because they were lying, using their fake swearing to be deceiving the Marxists. So they were using it to deceive the Marxists, the people. Okay, to say, you see me, I'm swearing now. So which means what I'm saying is truth. My testimony is truth. Yeah, that's validated. Yes, that is no. Yahushua said, just stop that nonsense. Because you are not swearing in righteousness. You are just doing your swearing to deceive people. You know it's not true. It's not true at all. So that was why he said, don't just do it. Just forget about it. So what are we saying? This is the kind of swearing Yahushua said we should swear. The swearing of Allah is just too much. So let's do it now. let's like I said, we'll start with the opponent. Let's do the curses of Allah, rather the swearing. That is the authenticity, the authentication of Allah's swearing. So we'll do that. After that, we will not begin to look into, because Abba was, I like it already. I'm into fasting. My throat is dried. Yes, and I love it. So, Quran chapter, see madness everywhere. Quran chapter 43 verses 2. I swore by the book that makes things clear. He swore by the books. Is it plural? No, singular. By the book that makes things clear. He swore. Let's proceed. Quran chapter 50 verses 1. I swore by the glorious Quran. By book. Quran chapter 15 verses 72. Verily, by thy life, O prophet, in their whatever, he also swore by the life of the prophet. He said, oh, prophet, by thy life. Why must you swear? You swear by. Okay. This one is this special swear is Muhammad. He swore by his prophet. Quran chapter 77, verses 5. I swore by the angels who bring down the revelation. Okay. He swore by Muhammad, not just by Muhammad alone. He also swore by the angel. You remember the angel, what he did to Muhammad in the cave while bringing this sweary of a thing? Okay, let's proceed. I don't want to interrupt. For a better understanding, I want to, yes. Quran chapter 81 verses 15. I swore by the stars. Quran chapter 85 verses 1. I swore by the mansions of the stars. And the mansions of the stars. Anyways. Quran chapter 56 verses 75. Oh my father. Allah is just sorry about our nonsense. But this should have been offended somebody. This should have been offense, okay? It should have been offense. Should have been offended somebody. Okay, Quran chapter 56 verses 75. I swore by the falling of stars. Do you know the falling of stars? Please check out Revelation chapter 9. You're going to see falling of star over there. And Revelation chapter, is it chapter 10 or chapter 8? You will see another falling stars over there. Allah said he swore by them. Ah! Ah! Unbelievable. Quran chapter 91 verses 1. I swore by the sun and brilliancy. And its brilliancy. Oh, Shandalabo. All right, let's proceed. Quran chapter 74, verses 32. I swore by the moon. Quran chapter 98, verses 1. I swear by the daybreak. By break of the day. Quran chapter 84 verses 16. I swore by the sunset readiness. Redness. Redness, excuse me. I swore by the sunset redness. That is Quran 84 verses 16. Another Quran 92, or Surah Quran 92, verses 1. I saw by the night when it draws a vein. Okay, the night also have a vein. Allah also swore by that. Quran chapter 86, verses 1. I swore by the rain giving heavens. Really? Really? Quran chapter 51, verses 1. I swore by the wind that scatters far and wide. Quran chapter 90, verses 1. I swore by this city. He swore by this great city of the king, but the king said you shouldn't do that. No. Quran chapter 58, verses 1. I swore by the pen. He quoted the pen we used to write. You see, writing all this. Quran, Allah also swore by that. This is serious. This indeed is mental illness. Allah is sick. What is this revealing unto you? What is this saying unto you? Is it not a saying of a madman, a man who indeed lost his sanity? A man who actually has no capability to reason well. Even as men here on earth, when men want to chop woman, they will be giving all kinds of pledge just to cut attention, okay, to go into her. But still, so weak as men, they have never come this far. No wonder he said Allah is the best of all deceiver. No wonder. Quran chapter 3, verses 54. Quran chapter 7, verses 99. Quran chapter 8, verses 30. He said Allah is the best of all deceiver. Now I get it. He also swore by pen. Quran chapter 52, verses 1. I swore by the mountain. Okay. Quran chapter 95, verses 1 through 3. I swore. Oh, my father. Oh, what is going on here? This is unbelievable. This is just too much to be, to handle. Listen. Let me take it there. Quran 95, verses 1 through 3. I swore by the fig and the olive and the Masana and this city made secure. Should I? I think this should be the last one. No, the last one, which is everything. I swore by the fig and the olive and Mount Sinai and this city made secure. He said because he swore by the fig, okay, and olive, okay, and for that reason the city is secured because he swore. So this is Allah's authenticity to validate the purpose in paradise promise. Now listen, Quran chapter 69, verses 38 through 39. Okay, I swore, but that which you see, and that which you do not see. So now, this is the authentication of Allah's, pledge, okay, of promises unto Muslim, that in paradise, what he said he's going to give unto them, exactly what he would do. He swore by the stars. Allah was so crazy. Allah was so obsessed in proving the authentication of his promises, 72 virgins in paradise unto the jihadists. He now began to swear by everything. If I don't do it, if I don't give you 72 virgins, if I don't also give you the pennies of a rock, iron or wood, if I also don't make the 72 virgins to be a perpetual virgin, This is what he was doing. He has already given them his pledge. He has already pledged to the jihadists. Just go and cause chaos. And come over here and do bang your eternity. You're going to be deflowering from morning to noon, 247 unto eternity. You know, the 6 years old, virgins in his paradise. So this is the authentication. This is what Allah used to authenticate it. The life of Muhammad, our head, everything, including pig, homosexual, prostitute, just name it. Every food you eat, including our fruits. I love fruits. Allah swore by all. He swore. He sworn. So now, where we just read, 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verses 21 said, prove all things. Matthew 5, verses 16 said, ye shall know this masquerading stuff, this demon that have already masked themselves with holy characters. He said, you will know them by their fruit. Please put this in consideration, okay? Just put this in the bank of your heart and keep meditating on it because this is Allah's validity to authenticate his promise, all right, of Bambangi, knocking ministry in paradise. This is what Allah used to authenticate it. This is what Allah used to solidify it. And this is what Allah used, is the assurance he gave, okay? Is the deposit he deposited in the bank of Islam. Their heart is the bank. Allah has already, put it in their heart, and it is so. It is just so. Sex. Yeah. Anyways, so let's go now to the bidi, to the heavy, to the wonders, to the holy, to the righteous one, righteous swearing. It's not because I believe Bible. Even with my human civil rights, if I were an unbeliever, infidel, like how Allah always loved to call us, he said we are infidel. We are worst of his creation. Okay. So if I was to be atheist, unbeliever, okay, and when they asked me to judge through my human right, my civil right, through my civil right, wisdom, I will read both. I will go for the Bible. I will definitely go for the judiciary authentication of ABBA, like that of Allah, is illegal. It is simply illegal. It is not legal. There is nothing at all judiciary or judicial over there. It is full of emotional blackmailing, seduction. Yes, this is the another word, seduction. You are just seducing our heart. Yeah, for carnality. You want to buy our attention through nacky stuff in your paradise. You are absolute mad. And mother died. I don't need you to put me into virgin for 100 men to be knocking me. No, I don't want that stuff. I don't want that nonsense. I just want my father. So right now, people, let's go do that of ABBA Yahuwah. I think what was it? Yes, I'm done with this. Now, we'll start working our way, which is the foundational scripture. Hebrews chapter... what was that? Okay, yeah, it's good. It's all good. It's all good. My ABBA. I wanted to do, first of all, so does that mean they put it here? Where did I put it there? So first of all, we're going to look into... First of all, let's go to Isaiah. I should have been putting it here. That'd be one main business, okay? All right, now, no problem. Let's just go to Isaiah. No time to waste. Let me change this paperwork. You have the power to give how many strength? 1 man equals to 100 men. Only for Bambangi. The way these people is throwing their effort these days is so unbelievable. It's like they are dragging my phone with me. All right. So Isaiah chapter, what was there? Oh my Abba. Rather Jeremiah, not Isaiah. Jeremiah 34. Jeremiah 34. Jeremiah 34. Hey, my Abba, what am I doing? I'm a bit confused. What's going on here? Jeremiah 34 was it? Okay, no, not here. Oh my Abba. Anyways, let me put myself together. Thunder, fire you, Allah. Just distracting me over here. The scripture was actually there, but anyways, let's take this very scripture. Isaiah 45, like I said, that of ABBA YAHUAH comes in 2 dimensions in both sides. It's a double-edged sword. ABBA YAHUAH sword in 2 different dimensions. In this judgment, okay, he swore, if I'm not ready, if I'm not going to be sending all lawbreakers into fire, he swore. And that makes it serious. And again, then there is also going to be inherit salvation. If he also swore, if I will not bring you into heavy eternal peace, he also swore. So in both, it's double-edged sword. It will cut some free and it will cut some into destruction. But I didn't see that authenticity in Allah's own. I didn't at all. So first of all, we'll look at here. Isaiah 45, verses 23. I have sworn by myself, the word is gone out of my mouth in righteousness, and shall not return, that unto me every knee shall bow, every tongue shall confess. So this is where that saying came from in Philippians chapter 2, verses 9 through 11. This is where it came from, okay? This is where they quote from. Okay, so now ABBA YAHUAH said, I swore by myself. Every word. Are you not afraid of such a deity? Every word, because ABBA YAHUAH want to let you know that I need business. I'm not joking. This is not a child's playing. This is a very serious matter. I swore by myself that every word that goes out of my mouth has already come out in righteousness. It cannot come unto me until you accomplish all. Every knee will bow. Tongue will confess. That's it. Yeah, exactly. Let's go now to Jeremiah. Is it Jeremiah? And let's see the dangerous swearing. 44. You can read it all. Jeremiah 44. Just go through all. Read it all. They provoked ABBA YAHUAH to that extent. ABBA YAHUAH said, I swear by my great name that I will put you all into fire. You lawbreakers. Just read it. Jeremiah 44. And the word that came to Jeremiah concerning all YAHUAH'S which dwell in the land of Egypt, because they take this rebelliousness from Egypt. Who again? Who makes them to rebel? Allah. Allah, because Allah vow also within his heart and say, I will not go to fire alone. I want to take as much as I can. Yeah, that is why it's blindfolding a lot of people not to see his hiding place. He said, who dwells in the land of Egypt? This we are going on in the land of Egypt. This was what they were doing in the land of Egypt. Howbeit I send unto you all my servants, the prophet Resin, Eli, and Sunday. Okay, all right. So let's say, what were they doing? They were worshiping Vagina, the queen of heaven. The stars of reference. No, queen of heaven, woman. They were worshiping woman Vagina. The very one Muslim is leaky today in Mecca. This is what our people was also subject to when they were in the land of Egypt. This is what they were doing. They said no, they will not stop burning incense to the queen of heaven. 15. Then all the men which know that their wives had burned incense unto other gods, and all the women that stood by, a great multitude, even all the people that dwelt in the land of Egypt, okay, parts whatever, answered Jeremiah saying, as for the word that thou hast spoken unto us in the name of Yahuwah, we will not hearken unto thee. No, we're not going to be doing that of Abba Yahuwah's anything. But we will continually to do whatsoever thing goeth forth out of our own mouth. Abba Yahuwah said, my word cannot come back. The word that proceeded out of my own mouth in righteousness, they can't return empty unto me. So who was speaking through them? It was Allah speaking through them. Out of our own mouth to burn incense unto the Queen of Heaven and to pour out drink offerings unto her, as we have done, we and our fathers, our kings, our prince and our princes, in the cities of Yehudah and in the streets of Jerusalem, for then had we plenty of whatever, and oh my father, and we are well, and saw no evil. They said the time that we are doing all this to Allah Vajana, Wekos worshiper, they didn't see no evil. 18. But since we left off to burn incense to the Queen of Heaven and to pour out drink offerings unto her, we have wanted all things and have been consumed by the sword and by the famine. And when we burned incense to the Queen of Heaven and poured out drink offerings unto her, did we make her cakes to worship her and pour out drink offerings unto her without our men? So the women were the one worshiping, so the men were now. So this was how grievous their wickedness was. So now Abba, you want to let them know what it is. So your own mouth has declared yours, mine also. So what were the verse? 25 also. Okay. Thus saith Yahuwah of hosts, the Yahuwah of Israel, saying, yea, and your wives have both spoken with your mouth and fulfilled with your hand, saying, we will surely perform our vows that we have vowed to burn incense to the Queen of Heaven and to pour out drink offerings unto her. Yea, we surely accomplish your vows and surely perform your vows. 26. Therefore hear ye the word of Yahuwah, all Judea, all Yahudim, that dwell in the land of Egypt. Behold, I have sworn by my great name, saith Yahuwah, that my name shall no more be named in the mouth of any man of Yahudah in all the land of Egypt, saying, the Yahuwah liveth. He removed his name from their mouth. Behold, I will watch over them for evil. He's going to release Allah now, the knowledge of the good and evil, which is that tree of knowledge of good and evil. He said, I'm going to watch for you now for evil and not for good. And all the men of Yehudah that are in the land of Egypt shall be consumed by the sword, by the famine, until there be an end of them. I want to utterly wipe them out. Why? Because you see, he swore by his name, and that makes it serious. Okay, so when Abba Yahuwah said, you say you're not going to stop worshiping Likik Bekus. I don't know if Muslims can stop because they blaspheme. They say Muhammad is the Holy Spirit. That is a strong one. Okay, you said, okay, now see, who has this woman's glory? What religion has this woman's glory? It is Islam again. Islam carry very heavy in their hearts. Women reward, that is vaginal reward unto them. They carry so heavy. Yes, they carry because of the way Allah infused it in their heart. Allah just used it to confuse their heart. And they carry so big. So that is why all this error, this very, very huge error of Allah, that this is a saying of a madman. That is why they are not saying it. Even though it's so broad, so broad. But yeah, they are not saying it. They are being blindfolded by Allah. Vagina reward, quikus. So now, we see the ugly part of it. This, you can find the Revelation 20 from verses 10 through 15. You're going to see the link of fire over there. And Revelation 21 verses 8, you will also see it over there. He swore that he's going to put people into fire. He's going to throw people in fire. And he mean it and he will do it. So right now, let's go to the good part, the salvation part. This one is long, okay? This is where we want to take our seats. This is the foundational scriptures. Scripture, Hebrews chapter 6. Chapter 6 will take from verses 13 through 18, and they will not go to where this course is. Rather, is a course, Abba, you will have mercy on me. This vow we are being taken from. Hebrews chapter 6, verses 13. For when Yahuwah made promise to Abraham, because he could swear by no greater, he swore by himself. He could. I cannot be what be swearing by stars, by moon, by sun, setting of it, wind, and mountain, and cities, and everything you see. No. Those are less. Huh. Let's take it again, 13. For when Yahuwah made promise, I mean, he want to validate, he want to solidify it. He want to solidify his promise he gave unto our Papa, Abraham, his very best friend. He not swore by himself. That is to say, a very romantic husband that knew what love is and the role of a husband, found a wonderful damsel and say, this is the one I want to spend my entire life with. He will go extra mile because he is in love with that damsel. He is in love with that very woman. So for that, he would do all things by all things to prove his love for that woman. He will go extra mile. But there's not this ABBA was kind of swearing. He has no part two. There is no duplicate. You can't find it nowhere. Men will do, they will break it. Like that bastard Jesus brought unto me and said he was my husband. A man, he said he ordained for me called Charlie Brand Osaigi in Italy. That transgender man is a man, but it's not a sisterhood. You can't find it. He's a spiritual Bobrisky. The message that we did about a few months ago. That man used all things by all things to also prove the authenticity or authentication of his love. So how far did it go? How far did that hold he was taking, how far did it take him? It didn't even take him up to 2 decades. Is it up to 2 decades? Where is him today? Was he able to redeem his vows? Of course not. So when I became born again, I broke all those nonsense and dust my feet against him and live there, because that is absolute rubbish. It's a lie. Exactly the kind of swearing of that man to validate his love for me, to authenticate his love for me as a guarantee, a guarantor, is exactly the same what Allah is also doing. And that was why Yahushua said we shouldn't swear at all. Because you are swearing hypocrisy. You know you can't, you know you are lying. You know you are just a man. You can change tomorrow. So this kind of ABBA was on. It belongs to him and to him alone. That is why Allah couldn't dare come to imitate this part. He runs for his life because he knows it's heavy. Hebrews chapter 6:13. For when Yahuwah made a promise, or rather, for when Yahuwah made promise to Abraham, because he could swear by no greater, he swore by himself. He's not going to be swearing by the things he also created. They are less before him. He can't also swear by Abraham. Abraham is also less before him. Therefore, he not swear by himself. Listen to 14. Surely, saying, surely blessing, I will bless thee. Multiplying, I will multiply thee. So this is the authenticity. This is the, okay, authentication of our blessing. It is secured. 15. And so, after he had patiently endured, he obtained the promise. 16. For men verily swore by the greater, and an oath for a confirmation is to make an end of all strife. You know, like okay, I will be using this filthy man Charlie Brown to illustrate here. I'm a mother of 4, and then he had no child. Okay, when he now said he want to marry me, and I said, how can this be? Benin man, I beg. You know, I wasn't giving him that close attention. I just want to do and go my way. Okay, so until Jesus Babalawo begin to prophesy, Charlie Brown prophesy, I come abroad, Jesus Christ, Pastor, all they were all prophesying one thing. Okay, that Jesus said this is the husband he has already bestowed upon himself, not me. Okay, so afterwards, Charlie Brown said, what do you want me to do? How do you want me to prove it to you? I said, I love you. I said, you are my wife. I said, I will marry you. Okay, what do you want me to do? By then, okay, we were in one secret court called Asigide. Okay. Therefore, Charlie Brown went to go and take hold over there for me that if he ever dumped me, not marry me, he swore. He did not end it there. So when he also came abroad, come over here, he swore he did another crazy and evil thing again to authenticate what he was saying, his love. He shed blood. He deceived me. He lured me to share blood covenant with him. He did not also stop there. He did another wicked thing, Uric covenant. So what was he doing? He was validating and authenticating his love. That this oneness is forever, until death do us part. So where is Charlie Brown today? Where is he? Where is he? Where is this very person? So that is the kind of swearing of Allah. He can't fulfill it. He will just hype you, raise you to the high, give you the highest hope of all. You're going to fall from that, mountain Allah raised you to. You will fall from there because he can't fulfill it. Just like Charlie Brown could it. Like Jesus could it. But Yahuwah would definitely fulfill it. So of course he has already done it. Men swear by, he said to end all this strife. So Charlie Brown want to put stop to my doubts. He want to get rid of that, double mind of mine. I have 4 children. Maybe this guy is going to use me. Afterwards he will run away. He will dump me. It's because he just came abroad or because he want to come abroad. That is the reason why he's giving me all this validation, all this, authentication. When he gets to abroad, he's going to abandon me. Or when he also came abroad, okay, now, when he make money, he's going to abandon me. He said for him to stop all this doubt and argument in my heart, he not go extra minded. He go extra mind. He said, to end all strife, all doubt, all quarreling, all argument, and say, you can't do it. You cannot multiply me. You cannot end that doubt. Papa Abraham doubt. But ABBA was said, okay, let me take 16 again. For men verily swore by the greater, and an oath for confirmation is to them an end of all strife. So when we say guarantee is okay, you have already spoken, and it's true. 17. Wherein Yahuwah willing more abundantly to show unto the hands of promise the immutability of his counsel, confirmed it by an oath. 18. That by 2 immutable things in which it was impossible for Yahuwah to lie, we might have a strong consolation who have fled for refuge to lay hold upon the hope set before us. This is the hope people set before you and me. The hope came from Papa Abraham. So let's go there. And what Abba did over there is so alarming that he can go this extra mind, you know, in proving. Oh, my father, Everett, jump in. His promises, he can do this, can actually do this. Oh, what is going on here? So that one really, really humbles me. To see that Abba will have to swear. Is Yahweh, isn't it? Is Almighty, isn't it? No power. He is the greatest eternal power. No power in heaven, on earth, higher than Yahuwah. No way. Okay? Yahuwah is the highest power that has ever been and that will be. Is the highest. He's not running no race. Like I love saying, or like I keep saying, Abba Yahuwah is just too organized to be disorganized. You see how he organized everything? What is this children saying? Is this child, is this son of my dad to me? Okay, let me go into covenant. Think I'm joking. I mean business. I'll you know, rich men, you know, when they are throwing money, when they are spending money, they do it with all their might, okay? Because they know the one they are, you know, spraying out there is just a peanut compared to the one in the fixed deposit. Let me just do this. So, the judiciary or judicial authentication of Abba Yahuwah sworn by himself, like kind of in the court of law. I swore by the truth, nothing but the truth. That is what it is. Judicial swearing. That is what it means. To authenticate it, it was a oath. Swore and oath. It solidify it. So that is what I want to look into now. So let's do. I'm gonna do Genesis 15. So this Genesis 15, I will just talk in summary chapter 14 because everything begins or began in chapter 14. But in summary, I'm not going to be reading anything that has to do with chapter 14. I will just do chapter 15 verses 1. After these things, the word, after what? After Genesis 14, okay? After what happened, transpired in Genesis 14, therefore, Abba Yahuwah entered into eternal covenant with our Papa Abraham, whom he also called his friend. Okay. Should I be reading any part here? Okay, let's go to 15. After these things, the word of Yahuwah came unto Abram in a vision, saying, Fear not, Abram, I am thy shield, and thy exceedingly great reward. But we should have been reading some certain part in chapter 14 in order to get the clarity. But you can also help me to do just that, okay? Because here, what Abba Yahuwah brings about this very strong, this one is a very strong oblation, strong covenant, okay? When, you know, men of Sodom, okay, Sodom, it was about 4 kings, 4 nations, or 4 countries joined forces together, okay, to seize Lot, Abraham's, oh my father, let's see if I will be able to do some reading over there. All right, so let's do 21. That is Genesis 14 verses 21. And the king, in summary, okay, and the king of Sodom said unto Abram, Give me the persons and take the goods to thyself. And Abraham said to the king of Sodom, I have lifted up my hand unto Yahuwah, the most high Yahuwah, the possession of heaven and earth, that I will not take from that I will not take from a thread even to a whatever, and that I will not take anything that is thine, lest thou shouldest say, I have made Abram rich. Surely, okay, now what was going on here after the war? You can read it, you will see it was a serious battle. that they seized the men of Sodom. You know, Lot was there, Lot and his household and all his servants, children, wife, everybody. So Papa Abraham now went into battle and recovered Lot and everything that pertained unto his brother Lot. He brought it back. Okay, afterwards, the king of Sodom now came and said that Papa Abraham should give him the pulses. He says he should give them, he should give unto him what he just restored back from the war. And he said Abraham should keep the possession, that is the goods. You can take the goods, give me the people. The people will also rescue. You want us to give it back unto you? Papa Abraham said no way. Okay, now, yeah, let me quickly throw some light into this. Yahushua has already done the works of salvation, rescue us from the hands of Allah, rescue us from the hands of Jesus, the fallen deities. He rescued us from the hands of devils through his blood. What did Jesus Christ pastor do? As Jesus Christ come to them, and as Allah also come to them, they said, give me the people Yahushua has already freed from bondage. The people Yahushua has already died for. He set them free from slavery. Then Jesus Christ, now the devil, Jesus is devil, okay? He now goes to all these men on the street called pastors. He now told them, there is a reward for you, prosperity for you, 5 private jets. But you see, these people block their knowledge of salvation, block their knowledge of understanding, no redemption for them. Give them me, and you take the words. But you see, these persons, give them to me, and you take exchange. That is what you are seeing today in the Christian exchange. Christian is, leading our people into slavery, spiritual, serious bondage, spiritually, serious bondage. That is what they are, leading our people into spiritual bondage that will lead them into eternal damnation for exchange of wealth. Because they want to be rich. Papa Abraham said, no way. Why should I do that? Is tomorrow going to be saying, you make me rich? No. I have already lifted up my hand to Yahuwah. He rejected that reward and said, no way. This one, they are saved already. I don't need anything absolutely for exchange. I don't do that. But Christian is doing it. Christian pastors. They exchange our people for private jets. Now listen, 15. So that was why Yahuwah come into covenant for you to rescue these people. And with that huge reward, you rejected it. Oh no, you are qualified to be a leader. I will give you this earth. You are qualified. Case closed. Now listen. Genesis 51. Genesis chapter 50 verses 1. After these things, that was why this passage said after the Genesis 14. After these things, the word of Yahuwah came unto Abram in a vision, saying, because you just passed the test. You didn't give back the people you have already rescued from the land of slavery. Nah, you didn't handle them back for exchange of worldly things. For that reason, Yahuwah came. Let me take it again. After these things, the word of Yahuwah came unto Abram in a vision, saying, fear not, Abram, I am thy shade, and thy exceedingly great reward, not just small one. You see, the one they wanted to use to seduce you, that one is filth. Remember, in that same Genesis 40, Yahushua was there. Melchizedek, king of righteousness. Melchizedek is Yahushua in flesh. Yahushua once walked this earth in flesh, bodily form, without no father. See Hebrews chapter 7, you're going to see it over there, and without no mother. He came on earth, he appears, he might not begin to do the works. So he was the one blessed Abraham. And Abraham paid 1/10 tithe, 1%, I'll be 10% tithe until Melchizedek. From what he brought back from the war. Because that could be his secret vow and say, if you help me to retrieve all these people, I will give you 1/10. And it was so. Okay. So that was what Abba Yahuwah said. Shade. He said, yes, I'm your shade. That one could be that. Don't worry, I will protect you. Don't be afraid, okay? Because it was 4 kings, I be 5 kings in Genesis 14 that joined forces together to come and battle. So to battle Lot and all that. So maybe, yeah, somehow, okay, since he rejected this offer, maybe they're gonna, maybe he's thinking in his heart, maybe these people can come again. So Abba Yahuwah said, don't be afraid. Don't fear not. I am your divine protection shade. I'm the mighty man of war. Don't be afraid. And I am your exceedingly great reward. Note that is powerful. So from there, all the blessings came. So after 2, now Abba Yahuwah said, okay, so you're going to reward me exceedingly. Therefore, Papa Abraham asked Abba Yahuwah, what are you keep talking about this early possession. You're going to give me, but you are blessed me. But I don't have a child. I'm lacking in this area that is so important. The very child that is going to carry my legacy. The very child that is going to be inheriting all these, early possessions you keep promising me. You keep talking about early possession, but what about the child that is going to inherit it after me? Because this is the one that is going to carry my legacy, the family legacy, my representative, my PA, my spokesman. You did not give unto me. And I'm lacking in that area. And I need a child. Abraham was so wealthy, but no child. He was lacking in that area. So, are you not saying all these promises of giving me the entire earth is going to be for Eliezer from Damascus, my servant? Abba Yahuwah said, no, but your own child. So let's pick it up from 7. And he said unto, but Abba Yahuwah said, no, your own child. So now let's pick it from there. And he said unto him, I am Yahuwah that brought thee out of whatever Chaldeans to give thee this land to inherit. Okay, 8. And he said, Yahuwah Elohim, whereby shall I know that I shall inherit it? How am I going to be sure? What is the guarantee? So what is the collateral? I don't know. You are going to put down. What is the deposit? What are you putting in my front to lay hold on? What are you going to use to validate these very promises? That through you, when you read 2 now, he said, through you, the family of the whole earth is going to be blessed. Both spiritual blessing and physical blessing. That we are referring to both physical. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, that should be chapter 12, not 15. Okay. Through you, the entire world is going to be blessed. Okay. He keep making this, promises unto Papa Abraham. Papa Abraham said, okay, now you have been saying this, which means you mean it. Now, what are you going to use to validate it? What is the authentication or authenticity of this very saying you keep saying? What are you going to use to solidify it for me? That through me the entire earth will be blessed. That me, a barren man, what do they call it? Is it barren man? I have no child. I go childless. And tomorrow, I'm going to be a father. How? Come and prove it for me. Now listen. And he said unto him, take me an ephah of 3 years old. Ephah simply means female cow. Female cow. And she-goat of 3 years. By now you know what is she-goat, a female goat. And a ram, and this is the masculine. A man of, and a ram of 3 years old. And a dove and a young pigeon. So like I keep saying, here is talking about childbearing. See Leviticus chapter 12 for this. And this particular passage, Abba Yahuwah has already put it in a codedly that Papa Abraham is going to be dealing with 3 women. These children will come from 3 women. 1 from one, 6 from another one. Okay, but the son of the owner of the kingdom planet is the masculine, which is the ram. The she goat has no part, and the heifer, which is female cow, also have no part. But still, this is the people women you're gonna be having this relationship with. 10. And he took unto him all this and divided them in the midst, and laid each piece one against another. But the bells divided he not. And when the fowls came down upon the carcass, Abraham drove them away. Fowl is an enemy, okay? Fowl is an enemy, it's a witchcraft spirit. 12. And when the sun was going down, a deep sleep fell upon Abraham, and lo, an aura of great darkness fell upon him. I will just keep reading because we are going somewhere. 13. And he said unto Abraham, know of a certain that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them for 400 years. And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge. Afterward shall they come out with great substance. And thou shalt go to thy fathers in peace. Thou shalt be buried in a good old age. 16. But in the 4th generation there shall come hither again, for the iniquity of the Amorites is not yet full. Okay, let me finish already before I keep breaking it one after the other. And it came to pass, listen, no, I will take this 17 special because this is where the message is, okay? Now, who is Amorites? Check Genesis chapter 19, verses 30 through 38. It is the very last born, the last child or the younger daughter of Lot. Of Lot. You know, 2 daughters of Lot have sexual intercourse with their own father. And they got pregnant by their own papa. So the younger child, son, is named Ammon. Ammon is Amorite. Now question mark. Here is chapter 15. And that child came in chapter 19. So what happened? Because Amorite here has already existed, occupied the land of Israel, Canaan. See Leviticus chapter 18 and see what they were doing in Canaan, what was going on over there. It was father having sexual intercourse with their daughter. It is the son having sexual intercourse with their mother. It was that nonsense going on. That was just going on in the land of Canaan. Okay. So, question. Let's come back again. Why? Here is chapter 15. And Amorite has already been in existence. Now, why should that son's name also be called Amorite? Yes, the reason why it was that, it is the son, it is the seed. It might be physical seed of Lot, but the seed came from here. That spirit came from here. And this Amorite is also against spiritual Egypt. Because in the land where we're going to be enslaved, it is the land of Egypt. And that wizard or that fowl that flew wanted to take a part from that covenant. Not wanted, he still did it. It is Allah itself. It is Allah himself. I'm sorry, that's what I wanted to say, himself, not itself. It is Allah himself. He shows up right away. And I will tell you how he did it. He accomplished that. Okay. So Amorite is the spirit of sex perversion. What was going on in the Holy Land? ABBA when I said, after these 400 years, I will wipe all of them out and put your people in them. Okay, so I don't want to go details because it said for Amorite, for their iniquities, for the iniquity of the Amorite is not yet full. Yes, Islam is Amorite. They are Amorite. How do I know sex perversion, including their heaven, that Allah have to swear But everything, Quran chapter 69, verses 38 through 39, Allah have to swear by everything to solidify what he told them about having sexual intercourse over there. One man equals to 100 men. One man equals to 72 virgins, vagina. And it's also the minimum. It might exceed that, according to Allah. According to Allah. I wanted to say something. Which part do I wanted to? I wanted to check something over here. Okay. My Shandarabosik. I'm all right here. Okay, yes, I want to play video. Exactly. Exactly. Let's get it clear. It is also in their judiciary wherever. This very thing I'm about to play here, Allah also. Okay.
If there is an illegitimate child there, the child can marry her father. My friend was saying it sounded so absurd for me.
Sister Amina said she wants to know if a man can marry his own daughter in Islam.
Oh, my father.
Sister Amina said she wants to know.
Child can marry her father. That in Islam, if there is an illegitimate child there, the child can marry her father. My friend was saying it sounded so absurd for me.
Sister Amina said she wants to know if a man can marry his own daughter in Islam. Someone told her, and she said it sounds so absurd. But Sister Amina, let me shock you. Yes, in Islam, a man can marry his own daughter.
That is Amorite.
Quran chapter 25, verse 54.
Here, their legal system for that.
25, verse 54. It says, and he is the one who creates human beings from a humble liquid, then establishes for them bonds of kinship and marriage. For your Lord is most capable. You will know that he's not here, right?
Capable to marry a daughter to the father.
Because this verse talks about marriage.
That is
When
Amorite.
you check the tafsir of this verse, you will know who and who is permissible for the man to marry.
It's in
Let's go
Quran.
to Tafsir al-Kutubi.
Tafsir.
Explains this verse better. It says, if a man has a daughter from outside of a legal marriage, then the daughter becomes permissible for the man. Then the man can marry that daughter. So far, it is outside of the marriage.
The perspective of the Muslims who follow the Sunni theology,
Also, yeah,
they
from
appreciate
them,
and recognize the importance of
from
the four
their-
imams
from their
and respect
imam.
them in a manner that motivates them to visit their graves. For example, when I talk to people about a legal matter attributed to Imam Shafi'i, specifically
Legal
about whether it's
matter.
permissible to marry a girl who was conceived through adultery.
God have
The
mercy
girl was
upon us.
In Imam
conceived
Shafi'i's
through
interpretation, may God be
adultery.
pleased with him, he believes that the product of adultery is not forbidden. So, if a man had an illicit affair with a woman who got pregnant as a result, he'd say that this child is not forbidden, which means she isn't his daughter. So what does isn't his daughter mean? Do you mean can he marry her? He would say yes, he can marry her. Normally. She's his daughter, but who said
That
she's
is
his daughter?
normal.
Legally, she's not his daughter. She's not related to him at all. If a
Okay.
man has an illicit affair with a woman and has a daughter from her, they don't attribute the child to the father, the adulterer. So she's not his daughter, and thus he can marry her.
70% of all Pakistanis are inbred.
A man
And
can
in
marry
Turkey,
his own
the amount is
daughter.
between 25 to 30%. More stillbirths among immigrants, a rough estimate reveals that close to half of everybody living in the Arab
they are
world is
doing it.
stillbirth.
That's
BBC's research also
64%.
discovered that while British Pakistanis account for just 3.4% of all births in Britain, they accounted for 30% of all British children with recessive disorders and a higher rate of infant mortality. That's insane. I also read somewhere that a lot of the symptoms of inbred people are
How many
more
percentage?
stillbirths among immigrants, a rough estimate.
This child is not forbidden, which means she isn't his daughter. So what does isn't his daughter mean? Do you mean can he marry her? He would say yes, he can marry her. Normally. She's his daughter, but who said she's his daughter? Legally, she's not his daughter. She's not related to him at all.
He said
If a
it's
man
not
has an illicit
related.
affair with
Is
a woman
this
and has a
not
daughter from her,
madness?
they don't attribute the child to the father, the
It's not
adulterer.
related
So she's
to
not his
him
daughter,
at all.
and thus he can marry her.
Can
70%
marry
of all
your own
Pakistanis are
daughter.
inbred. And in Turkey,
Look, how
the
many
amount is
percent?
between
That's what I want
25
to
to
hear.
30%. More still.
Not forbidden, which means she isn't his daughter. So what does isn't his daughter mean? Do you mean can he marry her? He would say yes, he can marry her. Normally. She's his daughter, but who said she's his daughter?
You are
Legally, she's not his daughter. She's
demonized.
not related to him at all. If a man has an illicit affair with a woman and has a daughter from her, they don't attribute the child to the father, the adulterer. So she's not his daughter, and thus he can marry her.
70% of all Pakistanis are inbred.
70%.
And
That
in
is
Turkey,
huge.
The amount is between 25 to 30%.
That is big.
more stillbirths among immigrants. A rough estimate reveals that close to
70%
half
is
of everybody living
practicing
in the Arab
this
world
in
is
Islamic
giving birth.
world.
BBC's research also discovered that
This
while
is
British Pakistanis
Amorites.
account for just 3.4% of all births in Britain, they accounted for 30% of all British children with recessive disorders and a higher rate of infant mortality. That's insane.
I also read somewhere that a lot of the symptoms of inbred people
Yeah, they
are
also call
irrational
inbred, yeah.
rage, fanaticism, and
Inbred
they end up just
people.
describing ISIS. Look at what it says here. That,
But they said they are ISIS.
the
Because they
IQ
can't
reports.
behave
It
normal.
says findings on
They
intelligence
are
research shows that
problematic
if
children.
one's parents or cousins' intelligence
They're just
goes down 10 to
problematic.
16 IQ points, the risk of having an IQ lower than 70, criterion for being retarded in quotes. Let me say that again. The risk of having an IQ lower than 70 increases 400% amongst children from cousin marriage.
الصغيرة اللي هي لم تبلغ الحيض يجوز نعم الكلام طبعا الكلام ليس كلامي انما الكلام على
this one they are translating.
تبقى مثلا
This one say you can even marry a 1 day baby. Just one baby. 1 day.
الحقيقة لم يتحدث سن الزواج
Just 1 day.
الشريعة الإسلامية كلها
They say yes, you can marry her.
اتحدث سن بيوم
That's what they say.
ب 10 ب 15 ب 20 انت على كده بقى انت ممكن وهي لسه طفلة بقى شهر او شهرين
That's what they say.
ان شاء الله حتى يوم
You can marry a baby of just 1 day. You see? Jeremiah 44. They were worshipping vagina. They brought that system from Egypt, the god of Egypt, including our people that were still living in Egypt then. They were worshipping, the queen of heaven. Is it not the vision I saw? Pecos, woman vagina was so huge. Muslim men would just go there and bow down. It's like kind of serving it, worshiping. They will lick it, and that is how they serve. That is how they are serving that nonsense. So they are Amorites. So let's return back now. That one is clear already. So let's go back to our reading verses 17. I want to take our message from there. Genesis 15 verses 17. And it came to pass, remember, the heifer, which is the female cow, tore into two. And the she-goat tore into two. And the ram tore into two. But the birds and the turtle dove, those one he divided it not. Now listen, I guess because they were small. Verse 17 now. And it came to pass, this is the sacrifice. Now what is going to happen to this sacrifice? And it came to pass, the very one the author of Hebrew we are referring to. And it came to pass that when the sun went down and it was dark, behold, a smoky furnace and a burning lamb that passed between these pieces. Those pieces. 18. In the same way, Yahuwah made a covenant. Not same way. In the same day, Yahuwah made a covenant with Abraham, saying, unto thy seed I have given this land, from the river of Egypt unto the great river, the river Euphrates. So he kept naming them all. So we stop over here. So this is the very one the author of Hebrew we are referring to. So now, prior to this very strong oblation, oath, swearing is very strong. What was the meaning of this? That is what I want to look into. Remember Genesis 12? Yahweh said, I will bless the entire world. Through you, the entire world is going to be blessed. The families of the earth will be blessed through you. Okay. Now, it was both spiritual and physical. That is both salvation and physical blessing. This wealth we are talking about. All right, now. So before let's read Jeremiah 34 now, verses 17 through 20, and see what was going on there. And history also have it. Maybe I will also be ready quoting from history. Let me see if I will. Should I quote history first? Okay, let's do history first. But it's in our book anyways. But let us also do history first. So what is his name? David Byron. Okay, he quoted what was going on in history. Listen, according to the ancient Eastern manner of making a covenant between, both the covenant, oh my father, both the contrary parties pass through the divide pieces of the slain animals, thus symbolizing, oh my father, that they pledged their very lives to be fulfilled, to the fulfillment of the engagement they made. Okay, let me read it again. It's a bit smaller, saying that it's night. I'm doing this message already Tuesday evening as I came from work on top of my dry fasting. It's ABBA YAHUAH'S powerful. I will be on dry fasting, no food, no water, absolute fasting. I will still be working. And when I come back, I will still stay here in my couch and I will still be talking for 3 hours. And yet I lack no strength. Isn't ABBA YAHUAH powerful? Yes, it's powerful. Let me take it again. According to the ancient Eastern manner of making a covenant, both the contrary parties, oh my father, pass through the dividing. Remember, Abraham divided all the animals except the small ones, the does and the through the pigeon and the does. It didn't divide that one, but the heifer is big, huge. Cow is always big. Ifa, Islam, they are big. Small but mighty. And she-goat, cut into two. That is to say, the way they cut it, make a way. So, it will put half of it in the right hand, it will put half of it in the left hand. Okay, the heifer cut into two, one part of it at the right hand and one part of it at the left hand. And the she-goat cut into two, one part at the right hand and one part at the left hand. And the ram cut into two, one part at the right hand and one part at the left hand. Now it will make a passageway. That is, there is a way now, walkway to walk through in between the very dead animal. Remember, 3 animals included. Let us call them Trinitarian animal. We are going somewhere. Now, it said, according to the Easterner, according to the ancient Easterner manner of making a covenant, both the contrary parties pass through the divided pieces of the slain animals, thus symbolizing, attesting that they pledged their very lives to the fulfillment of the engagement they made. Are you getting this very strong oblation? I call it strong oblation. This one is even it scared me. I'm afraid I can't even dare go into such a covenant with any person. Though, according to our book, this covenant this is how they took hold those days. This time now is to do it with pen. Allah also swear with that pen. You just go to the legal, you go to the judiciary, to the courts, or to, you summon lawyer, whatever. We do it through paperwork and through biro. We sign, I sign. So this day we are doing it through paperwork and through pen work. But those days there was nothing like that those days. So this was how they were doing it. So Abraham were witnessing exactly what was going on in their days. So he understood too well. But the strange part in it, you will see Abraham never, because both the parties. Okay, let's read. According to history, because this guy quote from history, said the new order of the priesthood. He quote from that book also. David Byron. So he was the one who quoted it. So I don't want to remove his name. So let's go now to our royal law, where I just quoted Jeremiah 34. We'll be taking from verses 17. Jeremiah. You are great, Raboseke. Oh, yes, you are great. You are great, Orobo Santa Labu. Himoseke Rabe. You are great. You are great, Orobo Santa. Oh, yes, you are great. You are great, Orobo Santa Labu. Himoseke Rabe. You are great. You are great. You are great. You are great. You are great, Yahuwah. You are great. Yes, you are. You are great. You are. You are great. Yes, you are great. You are great, my Father. You are great. You are. You are great. Rabasanta Labu. Imoseke Rabe. You are great. You are great, Rabo Sunday, oh my Father. Yes, you are great. You are great, Robo Santa Labu. Imoseke Rabe. You are great, my glorious Yahuwah. You are great, Rabo Seke. You are great. You are great, Robo Santa Labu. Himoseke Rabe. You are great. You are great, Robo Seke Yabe. You are great, Maba. You are great. You are mighty. You are great. You are great, Yahuwah. You are great, you are so powerful, you are great, you are so wonderful. Yes, you are great, you are so mighty, you are great. You are great. How many can I say? I can't talk about the greatness of Abba Yahuwah. I'm just too little to talk about his greatness. He's so mighty, he's so big, he's so powerful. I worship you for who you are, Baba. I bow at your feet. Forever I pledge eternal submission unto you, my Abba. I love you so much. Revelation, excuse me. Jeremiah 34, verse 17. Therefore, thus saith Yahuwah, ye have not hearkened unto me in proclaiming liberty, every one to his brother, and every man to his neighbor. Behold, I proclaim a liberty for you, saith Yahuwah, to the sword, to the pestilence, and to the famine, and I will make you to be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth. And 18, and I will give the men that have transgressed my covenant, which I have not performed, the words of the covenant, which I have not. Okay, let me take it again. And I will give the men, oh my Abba. And I will give the men that have transgressed my covenant, which I have not performed, the words of the covenant, which they had made before me, when they caught the calf. Calf here is the calf. Calf is the cow. Okay, calf is a cow. Okay, calf is the female. Excuse me, no, male cow. Okay, just cow, which is the male cow. I think this calf here also represents multiple animals. Okay, multiples animals, different types of animals, like what we just saw or read in Genesis 15 verses 17, or rather 9, Genesis 9, female cow, female goats, and ram. We see about 5 animals involved, okay? So you also go for multiple animals, okay? Now I take it again, 18. And I will give the men that have transgressed my covenant, which have not performed the words of the covenant. You know, they perform, they refuse to confirm it. Now listen, perform the words of the covenant which they had made before me, when they cut the calf in twain, and passed between the parts thereof. The princes of Yehuda and the prince of Yehuda and the princes of Jerusalem, the eunuchs and the prince and all the people of the land which passed between the parts of the calf. I will even give them into the hand of their enemies, and into the hands of them that seek their life, and their dead bodies shall be for meat unto the fowls. Remember what we just read in Genesis 15, verses 9. Okay, from verses 9, we see fowl came, okay, of heavens. Let me take that again, 20. I will even give them into the hand of their enemies. Enemy is the fowl, which is our wizard, which is Allah. And into the hand of them that seek their very life. Allah seek our life as we are talking now. And their dead bodies shall be for meat unto the fowls of heaven and to the beasts of the earth. This is Jesus. Now listen. When they shield the animals, like I said, they make a walkway. There is a walkway in between. So now they will take this oath and say, if I ever break, oh Shandalabo Sekeyaba, if I ever break this covenant we mix together, my life will be torn into two. I will be cut asunder, just like the animal, so will my life be. The animal we use to solidify this very oath, we cut them into two, and we separate their body from bodies, and they were not in a complete body. In like manner, if I ever break this covenant we make together, therefore I will be dead like this animal. My life will be like this. That animal is serving as a picture of what is going to happen to you that break this covenant. Let's return back. You that break this covenant, that was what ABBA said, because you break the covenant, the penalty is death. Is simply death. Okay, that was why in Matthew 23, the Pharisees were so much afraid of swearing by the name of ABBA because they know what it is. And that was why they removed his name away from it. And let's be doing it now by the temple. We build it by our hands now, isn't it? And let's be using this one to swear. YAHUAH'S say unto them, neither way, you are be bound. You are bind, You are be tied with that vow, whatever, whether you kill animal or you remove it, you put YAHUAH'S name or not, it's still the same. In either way. So if you know, since you know you are hypocrisy, don't just, you are hypocrite, you are hypocrite, or your hypocrisy, you're not going to be repented from it, don't swear at all. Don't, because it's a serious one. So ABBA said, you brought me to this your you thought what you brought me to is a child's playing. You brought me into covenant. You make a covenant with me by slaying a lot of animals, and you make a walkway, and you walk through, you pass through that walkway, so your life will be like these animals slain. You will be slain for if you break that covenant, really, and you make such whatever, and you thought I was joking. But Abba Yahuwah did not need Papa Abraham to pass through that walkway. It was Yahuwah himself and his word, which was the lamp. He is the light of the world. Both walk through it. So let's go there. Why did Abba Yahweh not allow Papa Abraham? Because he was cutting a covenant with Abraham, isn't it? Him and Abraham should have been doing the walking way part. Abraham should break it. If me, Yahweh, break it. But he accepted Abraham. Rather, put Papa Abraham in deep sleep. By day was Abraham. By day, put Abraham in deep sleep. You must fall. Because Abba Yahweh knew the significances of what he's doing. He knew how dangerous it is. He knew Allah has already shows up. If I ever cause Abraham to walk through this walkway of this covenant, Allah is going to drag him to the grave. He's going to die like this animal. Therefore, my promises will be ruined, will be destroyed. All the promises I've been making to Abraham since Genesis 12 will be not effect, and it will come to an end. Because he knew. He knew. Let's go there. Let's see. Verses 9. And he said, take unto me. Okay, take unto him. Oh, no. And he said unto him, take me an ephah of 3 years, and a she-goat of 3 years, and a ram of 3 years old, and a turtle dove, and a pigeon, a young pigeon. And he took unto him all this, and divided them in the midst, and laid each piece one against another. But the birds divided he not. 11. And when the fowl came down upon the carcass, Abraham drove them away. He chased them away. Allah chased them away. Okay, let me not emphasize this one. So we see already. Now let's go 17. Huh? And it came to pass that when the sun went down and it was dark, behold, a smoking furnace. This is Abba Yahweh in its true essence. Abba Yahweh is fire. It's a consuming fire. Hebrew 12:29. Ezekiel chapter 1 from verses 25 to 28. Go and read it. He saw Abba Yahweh total ablaze. Is a fire. And Yahuwah is also the one that appeared in the burning bush fire. That is his true essence. It's fire. Consuming fire. And it came to pass that, Genesis 15:17, and it came to pass that when the sun went down and it was dark, behold, a smoking furnace and a burning lamb. This is Yahushua. That passed between those pieces. The walk is a walkway. Oh, Yahuwah. This is strong. In the same day, Yahuwah made covenant. That is how Abba Yahweh made this covenant. Of Abraham, you are the one to inherit your seed. That is why the name of this earth is named after the 12 tribes, the patriarchs. I think that is Deuteronomy. No, you can see Revelation 21 for that. And Deuteronomy, is it 34? Verses 8 and 9. I'm not sure. Let me be sure about the chapter. Okay, yes, correct. I say trial, oh my father, for a very long time. I didn't enter here. Deuteronomy 34, verses 38. And the children of Israel went. Oh, what? No. I hope. No, not here. I'm sorry. For very long. Let me check 32. For a very long time, I didn't enter here. Yes, it's 32, not 34. Thank you, Abba. I still try now, isn't it? It's a very long time I didn't come here. Okay, now 34. Deuteronomy 32, verses 8. When the Most High divided the nations, their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the borders of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. For Yahuwah's portion is his people. Jacob is the lot of his inheritance. Now, he said when he divided the entire world, when the Most High divided the nations, their inheritance. Now, check out Revelation 21. That is the earth. He divided it for the tribes. And Ezekiel 47 or so. For a long time, I didn't also go there. I'm sorry. And Ezekiel 47, I think so. You will also see the inheritance over there. And he also gets to Gentiles. Okay. Now, Abba Yahweh, the entire earth, because he made the promises unto Papa Abraham already. In the north, Revelation, I don't want to read 21. In the north, you're going to see 3 tribes over there. In the south, the name of 3 tribes over there. In the east, the name of 3 tribes over there. In the west, the names of 3 tribes over there. Their names engrafted in the 4 corners of the earth. In fact, the entire earth is called Yisrael. It's called by their name, Yisrael. The entire earth is called Yisrael. All right. So this is what it is. To inherit the land. And do you still remember what Allah is also saying? That Muslim is to inherit the land, because it shows up when that covenant we're going on. It was the wizard, flying spirit that shows up. So now we want to do 16. Genesis 16. How did Allah shows up? Let's go there. That was what Abba Yahweh did not allow Abraham, because covenant court, it should have been 2 people. Okay, because you said I should let you know how, or I should authenticate, solidify my promises for you, whereby I say you're going to be a father, not just a father. Your descendant is going to be like the stars of heaven. You can't even count. Like the sand of the seashore, you can't even count. And Papa Abraham said, no. I still need some, validity. This one, I want you to go extra mind. Therefore, you want to go extra mind. Improving. Okay, you love me. Okay, I want you to do it so. Okay, man want to come. Me. I don't know. You see all those things. My papa stopped me from my youth. That he didn't allow me to. My father didn't give me that chance at all to have a dream of my life. You see, this my old age. That Abba Yahweh has already renewed to be youth again. That God-fearing man. Not just anyhow man. That God-fearing man, that fear Yahuwah, that love Yahuwah. I pray he will look at me one day, and when it comes to me, cha. If you see the list I'm going to give to him, he will not run away, because it is Yahuwah sent unto me. He will fulfill all my demand. If you love me, you're going to prove it in so many ways unto me. Not like the madness Taliban brought unto me, because I keep saying where there is breath one, or where there is originality, there is also a duplicate. If Jesus can use Taliban to take me through all those nonsense that is not even living at all, that is not true, how much more when the real one surface? Oh no, it's gonna prove it to me so many ways, so many ways. Anyways, it's true. I mean it. That was why I keep saying it must be Yahushua, because no man will ever meet up with this demand of mine. No man will ever be able to meet up with this man. I wrote everything down already. I'm not joking. Like Abba Yahweh. I'm serious like Abba Yahweh. I'm so serious like Abba Yahweh. Now listen, Genesis 16 verses 1. Now Sarai, Abraham's wife, bore him no children, and she had an handmaid, an Egyptian. Okay, so Allah sneaked in through Hagar, whose name was Hagar. And Sarah said unto Abraham, behold, now Yahweh has restrained me from bearing. Now he make me barren because he's the giver of children. I don't know why I don't want to give me. I pray thee go in unto my maid. It may be that I may obtain children by her. And Abraham hearkened to the voice of Sarah. Did you just get that? So assuming this is the reason why you are pushing me away and say, go away. Go away. You are not part of this covenant. Even though you asked me to enter into covenant to solidify this very covenant oath. Even though you asked me, but I'm not going to be bringing you in because I don't want you to die. That was why he said, whereby if man did not believe Abba Yahuwah, can their unbelief nullify the faithfulness of Abba Yahuwah? Apostle Paul said, Yahuwah's forbid. That is Romans chapter 6. Yahuwah's forbid. He said Yahuwah will be true or may be liar. So this is how Abba Yahuwah proved Papa Abraham to be a liar. You can't be a part of it. Are you seeing the authentication of oath? You want to use this to describe what Allah just, the madness of Allah, I swear by son. Abba Yahuwah said, come on now, if I ever turn my back against you from these promises I gave unto you to multiply you, to bless you spiritually and physically, if I ever there, my life will be like this animal. Like these animals that just died innocent, my life will go that way. My Trinitarian power will be destroyed, will be cut asunder. My Godhead, Abba Yahuwah put his Godhead down as a collector, as a deposit, as an assurance that I will do it. He put his name on the front line and say, if I did not do it, if I'm not going to do it, or if I fail to do it, my kingdom, anything that represents me will be like this animal. Do you know what it is for a man to change to a woman? 2 female animals were there. So Abba Yahuwah is going to be turning to a female. Like Charlie Brown, like Bobby Risky. Charlie Brown is spiritual transgender. He left brotherhood to sisterhood. How do I mean? The time frame we were together, I'm the one sponsoring him. A thing a man should have been doing. I was the one providing for him. A thing he should have been providing for me. Reverse was the case. Is that not a cause? And that was the man in all men on earth. That was the man Jesus provided for me. Do you see how much Jesus hate me? And I also hate him. That is why I'm sorry for him. Okay. So, Abba Yahuwah is going to become uncleanness. Abba Yahuwah is going to turn like animal. It's going to turn woman, you know. Woman is not unclean. But the reason why I say so, our monthly fluid makes us unclean. Abba Yahuwah is also going to be like that, uncleanness. Abba Yahuwah is going to turn to what? So that he put his kingdom, his heaven, his license, every sign of his life, Abba Yahuwah put it on the front line. If I ever lie unto you, if I failed to bless you, to multiply you, that through you all heaven will be blessed, let my life be like this animal. Let me die. But in either way, Abba Yahuwah say die. Not Abba Yahuwah, excuse me, Yahushua say die. And I can also say Yahushua, that was the reason why he added that bony lamb is Yahushua. And that was why he added Yahushua, because it has to do with redemption of mankind. You see slavery over there. You see the sins of Amorite is not yet full that time. This is the time the sins of Amorite is going to be full. Okay, they're going to be enslaved people, slave master Allah. So that was why he took Yahushua. That is to say, Yahushua take the stand of Papa Abraham. You know, he died for our sin. He died for the sins of Abraham. That was the day Yahushua also died spiritually. That was the day Abba Yahuwah also slew Yahushua. Because Papa Abraham fall out from these promises. And Abba Yahuwah put him in a deep sleep and said, you just go your way. Because this one, not me and you. You can't spoil my mission. So rather, let Yahushua in another way. Hallelujah. Thank you, Abba. He represents. Oh, Shandarabo sake, another one. Yahushua just represent Papa Abraham because two people must cut covenant. Abraham is not qualified. Allah has already set his evil eyes on him. Therefore, Yahushua ought to represent Abraham. Remember, he did not just represent Abraham only, he also represent Isaac. That is the last phase now, after here, because they're sneaking already. Now, listen. Where I read two already. He hearkened to his wife, the one who helped ABBA YAHUAH to fulfill this huge sign. Abraham couldn't even consider. Papa Abraham couldn't at all see the significance, is the weight, the danger in it. You know, say ABBA YAHUAH will break that covenant. He fall out, and ABBA YAHUAH push him out and say, Yahushua, this is your stand. Come and stand here. You are the one to die. Yes, you will be crucified. You will be slain. Because Adam, break covenant. Abraham did. Everybody, including me. So he will die for our sin. And he did die for our sin. He resurrected the third day. That also served again for the 3 animals. Okay. Now listen. 3 male animals that play out there. 3 now. Genesis 16:3. And Sarai, his wife, took Hagar, her servant, her maid, the Egyptian, after Abram, and had. Okay, what am I saying? And Sarai, Abraham's wife, took Hagar, her maid, the Egyptian, after Abraham had dwelt 10 years in the land of Canaan. You see, and gave her to her husband Abraham to be his wife. Which wife? ABBA YAHUAH recognize which kind of wife? It is adultery. 4. And he went in unto her unto Hagar, and she conceived. And when she saw that she had conceived, her mistress was despised in her eyes. Oh no. That was what ABBA YAHUAH said, your boss lady is going to rebuke you. Immediately, the daughter of Allah took in seed, and she now began to mock our mama. That is people for you. You forgot that this is the woman who opened her bed for you. For that reason, to take in seed. Was Mama Sarah praying for you to be barren also? Of course not. Was that her intention? Of course not. Her intention is for you to get pregnant. Why mock her? Why mock her? So this is Islam. This is their characters, okay? This is their character. You now begin to despise us. Now see what is going to happen in the curse. We give it to you, we can also take it away from you. 5 now. And Sarah said unto Abraham, my wrong be upon thee. I have given my maid into thy bosom. And when she saw that she had conceived, I was despised in her eyes. Yahuwah judged between me and you. 6. But Abraham said unto Sarah, behold, thy maid is in thy hand. Do to her as it pleaseth thee. Now, it did not say, behold my wife, or behold, my second wife is in thy hands. No. Right away, Papa Abraham demoted her to the slave girl you are. Even though you are seeing my nude. Right away, demoted her. He said also unto her, she is your house girl. Just do to her whatever you feel like. He said, behold. But Abraham said unto Sarah, behold, thy handmaid is in thy hand. Do to her as it pleased thee. And when Sarah dead, my father, hardly with her, she fled away. When you see the real other side of Mama and Sarah, you couldn't handle. But what are we saying? Our backsliding will rebuke us. Her backsliding because you brought Papa Abraham into that nonsense. Papa Abraham did not even, object. He just run into it one time. I understand when you are in need. I simply understand. I simply do understand, in either way, in either way, all of us has also been, giving birth to Ishmael in our lives. Yeah, everybody have Ishmael. We want to help Abba YAHUAH, isn't it? We want to do it for ourselves. That is redemption. That is how am I going to put it? Self-delivery or self-deliverance. Or am I correct? Self-effort. I want to do it for myself. I want to empower myself. I want to make myself rich. I want to do this. I want to do that by yourself. We'll come into that. 7. And the angel of YAHUAH, okay, she fled away from the face of Sarai. Return back to the house girl. Nonsensical. You are a house girl. The Chris, we are royalty. We don't tolerate nonsense. She made a mistake, okay? So you don't have to use it against her. Now, verse 7. And the angel of YAHUAH found her by a fountain of water in the wilderness, by the fountain to the way to whatever. And he said, Hagar, Sarah maid. Sarah house girl. That is what you are. Even angel. This is Yahushua again. It did not say Abraham's wife. It said you are Sarah house girl. What cometh thou? And where will thou go? Where are you coming from? Where are you going? And she said, I fled from the face of my mistress Sarah. Now listen. And the angel of YAHUAH said unto her, Return to thy mistress and submit thyself under her hands. Go back. Well, face it. Go back. Your papa is at work. Now, what is the meaning of Islam? Islam simply means submission. Submit. And Sarah, go and submit. This is where their ministry came from. I don't know why people is saying Muhammad is no way relates to Papa Abraham. Are you people crazy? We are talking about spiritual Egypt. We are talking about slave master. We are talking about returning back to Egypt. We are talking about the God of Egypt, the moon god, the Pecos god, the vagina god. All in one package of this God called Allah. And you are telling us nonsense here. Go and submit. What is the meaning of Islam? It simply means submit. Submit to Allah. Submit to Allah. That is what it means. Say, Hagar, go and submit yourself under the hand of your mother. Just go by of your mistress. Just go and submit to her. And that is the name today. This is a religion. And the angel of YAHUAH said unto her, I will multiply thee exceedingly, that it shall not be numbered for multitude. The angel of YAHUAH said unto her, Behold, thou art with child, and shalt bear a son, and shall call his name Ishmael, because YAHUAH hath heard thy affliction. So that's what Ishmael means. God here. 12. And here will be, see the nature of the child now. See the problematic child you are bringing. See the demon you are bringing. And he will be a white donkey of a man. His hand will be against every man, and every man's hand against him. And he shall dwell in the presence of his brethren. And she called the name of YAHUAH that spoke unto her, the YAHUAH seeth me. For she said, I also here looked after him that seeth me. 2 names is going on. Abba YAHUAH named them. They also named Abba YAHUAH. But that of Abba YAHUAH is good. You sees it all. This is YAHUAH that see all things. You see. You see. You see all. Abba YAHUAH named the child in the womb, the fetus. He named him Ishmael right in the womb. Right in the womb. Oh, John the Baptist was also named right in the womb. Oh, that is why Ishmael is double-fold. Double identity. He is also Mahdi, and he is also Ishmael. Because this glory, he said, I'm going to multiply Ishmael exceedingly. All nations, said nation will come from Ishmael. Who is the nation? That is Sharia law. Now you see. Go and submit. This is where this religion is a religion. Go and submit. Go and submit yourself. So that is what Muslim, that is what Islam means. Submit. Just submit. That is the meaning of Islam. Ishmael is self-effort. Ishmael is self-salvation. Ishmael is self-deliverance. Ishmael is self-blessing. Ishmael is IVF. What daughter put together? What daughter knit together? And the mystery behind this Ishmael, if we have to take it deep, it is not the son of Papa Abraham, it is the son of Allah. Allah has sexual intercourse with his own daughter. What is it called? What they call Hagar. But they now use Papa Abraham as a cover face to bear this problematic child. That is why you see yourself in the dream. Man is bambangi you. Allah came, he used Papa Abraham's face physically to code and bang his own daughter. He is the one who pregnated his own daughter. But they put that lies on Papa Abraham's head. Okay, let's also give it to them. It is the son of Abraham. Flesh, yes, it is the son of Abraham. But the spirit, it belongs to Allah. Allah did it. That was why it shows up in 15. When covenant of childbearing, inheritance, salvation was going on, Allah shows up. Enemy. And right away, 16, he carried out his mission. ABBA, when I said, do whatever you want to do now, do it quickly. So that was why Ishmael come. Submit. So Ishmael, it is simply self-effort. Self-effort. I want to do this, I want to do that. I. Likewise, you and me, we also have this error in our life. Self-effort. We want to work out salvation for ourselves. So, let's go deeper. What else? I want to read Quran. This is the last one, but this one is so long. I want to read it also. You see, when I also put it in Google, Allah swear by all things. It said, yes, the terms are related. Okay, no, not here. Let me check another one. Okay, yes. Allah swear by all things. What is going on here? I don't know what is going on here. Sure. All right, I found it. I found the table. I just read on Google. On Google, Allah swear by all things. It says yes. Allah swears by many things in the Quran, like the sun, moon, stars, fig, olive, night, and even the Quran itself, to emphasize the truth and the greatness of his message, highlight the significance and science within his creation for humanity, understanding as only God can swear by his own authorities or magnificent creations without diminishing himself, unlike human who should only swear by Allah. Now listen, Allah said Muslims should be swearing by him because he's greater than them. So are you not saying I'm greater than Allah? Why should Allah swear by me? Are you not saying pig is also greater than Allah? Why should Allah swear by pig? Are you not saying homosexual, lesbianism, fornicator, all this? Are they greater than Allah? Because you said you are greater than Muslim, and they should swear by you. Why did you swear by yourself? Why did you swear by creation? By the things you see and the things you never see. Why are you swearing by that? For what reason? See all the Quranic verses. This Google. Whoever brought it up, Yahweh will bless you. If not, how can I do all this? If you just type it, everything will just come out. Okay, so let's do this part I want to read. Now listen. They said this is Abraham talking, okay? Quran chapter 37 verses 99 through 113. He later said, I am living in obedience to my Lord. He will guide me. My Lord bless me with righteous offspring. So we give him good news of a forbearing son. Then when the boy reached the age to walk with him, Abraham said, oh my dear son, I want you to note here, because we are doing the authentication, the judicial authentication of ABBA. Yahuwah swore by himself, and Allah swore by all things that he created. So now we see Yahushua take the stand of Papa Abraham, because Papa Abraham break that covenant. Yahushua put that upon himself, and that makes him die again on the cross, because it is breaking of covenant. So because Papa Abraham break it. And we also see he play out as Isaac also. He also take the place of Isaac, okay? So that place of Isaac, Allah also hijack it. Just as Allah hijacked, he's a jacker, as he hijacked, okay, the message of the cross and everything about Abba Yahuwah, as he has jacked the judicial authentication of Abba Yahuwah, my father, anyway, of Abba Yahuwah, just as he hijacked it, in like manner also hijacked this glory. So I will also read for you to see the both sides, but this one is long. The book of Yahshua chapter 23. Oh my father. I'm going to be reading up to 73 or 78. Oh my Abba. But I will try my best. Let me stop talking. You see, just this is no book Quran. You just translate, give you English. That is where I see what I saw, that Allah is swearing by all things. Now I read. Then when the boy reached the age to walk with him, Abraham said, oh my dear son, I have seen in a dream that I must sacrifice you. So tell me what you think. He replied, oh my dear father, do as you are commanded. Allah willing, you will find me stand fast. Then when they submit to Allah's will, and Abraham laid him on the side of his forehead for sacrifice, we called out to him, O Abraham, you have already fulfilled the vision. Indeed, this is how we reward the good doers. That was truly a revealing test. And we ransomed his son with a great sacrifice, and blessed Abraham with honorable mention among later generations. Peace be upon Wabuwa with peace. Okay, let me stop over here. So let's go now. Like where we just read from the authentic source, the very royal eternal law. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 verses 21 said we should prove all things. We have already known Allah by his fruits. Now it said we should prove all things and hold on to the very one you see as a good one. Put emotions aside. Listen to this very message with all your heart, with a mindset of I want to know the truth. You will see the authenticity. We have done with one. We want to do this one. This one is just one chapter, but it's so long. Number here. So we are done the side of Allah now. So prior to what we are unveiling over here, that Allah always adjust every illustration of Abba Yahuwah, we see he adjust that of Papa Abraham. Now that of Isaac, he also adjust again that it wasn't Isaac, it was Ishmael. You see how he's just said what he said about Ishmael. So let's go and see what our own book said about this very sacrifice. Allah just make light of. And again, the one I just did, Shabbat, I said over there that Ishmael brought about this testing of, sacrifice of his son. Ishmael brought about that. You can see the book of Yahshua chapter 22, I think from verses 45 through 55. Yes, you will see it over there. He was also trying to intimidate Isaac. Okay, he was trying to intimidate Isaac and say, you see me, where Yahuwah said to my father Abraham, go and circumcise Ishmael. By then I was 30 years old. I did not rebel. I did not say no. I just followed my father and I obeyed the will of Yahuwah. And that's what I did. And then Isaac now said, what are you boasting about? What are you intimidating me for? Just as his Agar was despising our mama because he took in seed, Ishmael was also despising Isaac because of this cut off flesh. If you do circumcision, is it not for you? What does that have to do with us? How does your circumcision have better my life? Your circumcision have no role to play here. But that of Isaac is the key point, is the key to many open doors. When we talk about doors of salvation, that of Isaac illustration, it is a key to it. Not your circumcision. Therefore, Isaac now said, come, let me tell you, you're just talking about a little bit of your body. My own, if he has to take my life, if ABBA tell my father right now, go and take Isaac and sacrifice it for me as a burnt offering, I won't hesitate and I won't even say no. ABBA wanna say, okay, I will try these people. Let me see how far. Let me see how far Isaac will go with this thing you said with your own man. I will use it to test you. And it was so. He brought about it. So let's see the test here. It's very long, but ABBA will see me through. The book of YAHUAH'S chapter 23. This very popular royal law with carries make references to this very wonderful book in different occasions, like Joshua chapter 10 verses 13. It make references to the book of YAHUAH'S. And the 2 Samuel chapter 1 verses 18, it also make references to the book of YAHUAH'S. And the 2 Timothy chapter 8, it quoted from the book of YAHUAH'S. So I want to read from the book of YAHUAH'S chapter 23. At that time, verses 1, at that time, the word of Yahweh came to Abraham. If you read chapter 20, you will see that is where the challenge started. Then right away 23, Yahweh put out his test. At that time, the word of Yahweh came to Abraham, and he said unto him, Abraham, and he said, Here I am. And he said unto him, Take now thy son. You will see this account in Genesis 22, but he just brief it. But this one tell the details. Now verses 2. And he said to Abraham, Take now thy son, thy only son, whom thou lovest, even Isaac, and go to the land of Moriah, and offer him there for a burnt offering upon one of the mountains which shall be shown to thee, for there will thou see a cloud, and the glory of Yahuwah, and the glory of Yahweh 3. And Abraham said within himself, How shall I separate my son Isaac from Sarai, his mother, in order to bring him up for a burnt offering before Yahuwah? And Abraham came unto the tent, and he sat before Sarai his wife, and he spoke these words to her. Why? Okay, to her. 5 now. My son Isaac is growing up, and he has not for some time studied the service of his Yahuwah. Now, tomorrow I will go and bring him to Shem and Abel, his brother, and there he will learn the ways of Yahuwah, for they will teach him to know Yahuwah, as well as to know that when he prayeth continually before Yahuwah, he will answer him. Therefore, there he will know the way of serving Yahuwah his Elohim. 6. And Sarah said, Thou hast spoken well, go my Adonai, and do unto him as thou hast said, but remove him not at a great distance from me, neither let him remain there too long, for my soul is burnt within his soul. 7. I can imagine. And Abraham said unto Sarah, My daughter, let us pray to Yahuwah our Elohim, that he may do good with us. And Sarah took her son Isaac, and he abode all the night with her, and she kissed and embraced him, and gave him instructions till morning. And she said to him, O my son, how can my soul separate itself from thee? And she still kissed him and embraced him, and she gave Abraham instructions concerning him. And Sarah said to Abraham, O my Lord, O my Adonai, I pray thee, take heed of my son, and place thy eyes over him, for I have no other son nor daughter but him. 11. Oh, forsake him not. If he be hungry, give him bread. And if he be thirsty, give him water to drink. Do not let him go on foot, neither let him sit in the sun. This is 37 years old man we are talking about. Do you see how precious it is? Are you seeing the authentication of a precious son? A precious son demanded. You see, Allah, Agar was nowhere to be found. You see, Mama Sarah? Because this is the child he gave birth. She gave birth to while she was 90 years old. This is a divine child. Ishmael is a flesh child. It's just a normal, common thing. Uncircumcised thing that is a fleshly child. A child that came from a human effort. IVF child. You want to use it to compare originality? You're mad. Allah, you are mad, YAHUAH'S mighty. Now, verses 12. Neither let him go by himself. He's talking to a old man of 37 years because he's all she have. That makes it a miracle. Now, verses 11, I take it again. Oh, forsake him not. If he be hungry, give him bread. And if he be thirsty, give him water to drink. Do not let him go on foot, neither let him sit in the sun. 12. Neither let him go by himself in the road, neither fox him from for whatever he may desire, but do unto him as he may say to thee. 13. And Sarah wept bitterly the whole night on account of Isaac, and she gave him instructions till morning. Not that they didn't tell her that they are going to use it. Abraham didn't tell her that he will be used for sacrifice, only to go and learn the ways of Abba Yahuwah. This is where all this bitterness is coming from, because you know is a precious child, is a divine child, is a miraculous child. Now, verses 14. In the morning, Sarah selected a very fine and beautiful garment from those garments which she had in the house that Abimelech had given to her. And she dressed Isaac, her son, therewith, and she put a turban upon his head, and she enclosed a precious stone in the top of the turban. You see, diamond. And she gave them a provision for the road, and they went forth. And Isaac went with his father Abraham, and some of their servants accomplished them to see them off the road. And Sarah went out with them, and she accompanied them upon the road to see them off. And they said to her, return to the tent. And when Sarah heard the voice of her son Isaac, she wept bitterly, and Abraham, her husband, wept with her, and their son wept with them, a great weeping. Also, those who went with them wept greatly. Who knows this secret? Mama Sarah wasn't part of it. Only Papa Abraham and Isaac. In fact, at this point, Isaac still, we are not, fully convinced that I am the one. 18. Ishmael, though he knew, and Eliezer also knew. 18. And Sarah caught hold of her son, and she hid him in her arms, and she embraced him, and she continued to weep with him. And Sarah said, Who knoweth, if after this day I shall ever see thee again? And they still wept together, Abraham, Sarah, and Isaac, and all those that accompanied them on the road wept with them. And Sarah afterward turned away from her son, weeping bitterly, and all her men servants and maid servants returned with her to the tent. 20. And Abraham went with Isaac his son to bring him up as an offering before Yahuwah as he had commanded him. 21. And Abraham took 2 of his young men with him, Ishmael, the son of Hagar, and Eliezer, his servant, and they went together with them. And whilst they were walking in the road, the young man spoke those words to themselves. Listen up, because both of them knew. 22. And Ishmael said to Eliezer, now my father Abraham now my father is going with Isaac to bring him up for a burnt offering to Yahuwah as he commanded him. Now, 23, now when he returneth, he will give unto me all that he possesses to inherit after him, for I am his firstborn. And this is the reason why Allah, instigates. Allah is the one that instigates Ishmael against Isaac. They now begin to despise and say, that is what I do, begin to elevate and, exalt himself. That brought about this test. Why was he doing it? Because he wasn't getting no more attention for his father. He want to occupy. He want to grab. He want to pick the earth, because the earth is what they are fighting for. He want to grab the earth as inheritance. They were the fowls that fly in. Allah was still trying to fulfill because he's a thief. 24. Eliezer answered Ishmael and said, surely Abraham did cast thee away. You are a rejected one. Abraham. And Eliezer, 24, and Eliezer answered Ishmael and said, surely Abraham did cast thee away with thy mother, and swore that thou shouldest not inherit anything of all he possesses. He even swore. And to whom will he give all that he has with all his treasures? With all his treasures, but unto me, his servant, who has been faithful in his house, who has served him night and day, and has done all that he desired me. To me will he bestow at his death all, bequeath at his death all that he possesses. Remember, in Genesis 15, where we just came from, this is the Eliezer. He was saying, I have no child. Eliezer of Damascus, is it the one you're talking about that is going to inherit all this, massive blessing we are talking about? He is the one speaking now, 25. And whilst Abraham was proceeding with his son Isaac along, see what Allah did. And while Abraham was proceeding with his son Isaac along the road, Satan came, this is Allah, okay? Satan came and appeared to Abraham in the figure of a very aged man, humble and of contrite spirit. And he approached Abraham and said to him, art thou silly, or Brutus, that thou goest to do this thing this day to thy only son? 26. For Yahuwah gave thee a son in thy later days, in thy old age, and wilt thou go and slaughter him this day, because he committed no violence, and wilt thou cause the soul of thy only son to perish from the earth? Why are they calling him holy son? Is the legitimate son. Ishmael isn't. Ishmael is a thief, a gold digger. We see how Allah make the legitimacy of his power known unto us by swearing by penis and vagina and poo and pee, bottomless, toilet, everything. He want to make us see. So they are all illegal. 27. Doest thou not know and understand that this thing cannot be from Yahuwah? For Yahuwah cannot do unto man such evil upon earth to say to him, go slaughter thy child. And Abraham heard this and knew that it was the word of Satan, who endeavored to draw him aside from the way of Yahuwah. But Abraham would not hearken to the voice of Satan, and Abraham rebuked him so that he went away. You were the one in chapter 22, verses 45 through 55. You were the one brought in this challenge. Now, Abraham take the challenge. You were also the one trying not to fight to stop. What is your problem? What is your problem? Abraham drove him away. You also see the verses 15, Genesis. He also drove him away. Because you always always come with problem, distraction. If in Genesis 15, why this covenant was also going, you also surface and you attacked, you play out in verses 16. Huh? Now, in chapter 22, you also came. In chapter 23, you also, you shows up again. What is your problem? 29. And Satan returned and came to Isaac. It's masquerade stuff. Yahushua appeared in a bodily form, in the person of Melchizedek. And Satan, Allah is just transforming himself. He also appeared physically. This is physical. This is not vision. Physically. And Satan returned and came to Isaac, and he appeared unto Isaac in the figure of a young man, comely and well favored. And he approached Isaac and said unto him, Dost thou not know and understand that thy old silly father bringeth thee to the slaughter these days for naught? Now therefore, my son, do not listen nor attend to him, for he is a silly old man, and let not thy precious soul and beautiful figure be lost from the earth. And Isaac heard this, and said unto Abraham, Hast thou heard, my father, that which this man has spoken? Even thus has he spoken. And Abraham answered his son Isaac, and said to him, Take heed of him, and do not listen to his voice, nor attend to him, for he is Satan, endeavoring to draw us aside this day from the command of Yahuwah. And Abraham still rebuked Satan, and Satan went from them, and seeing he could not prevail over them, he hid himself from them. You want to do another thing now? And he went and passed before them in the road, and he transformed himself to a large brook of water in the road. And Abraham and Isaac and his two young men reached that place, and they saw a brook, large and powerful as mighty sea. And they entered the brook and passed through it, and the waters at first reached their legs. See how he was deceiving them? He also wanted to cut covenant with him. Come and pass through me. He's standing in the way. So, Allah is a problematic God. 36. And they went deeper in the brook, and waters reached up to their necks, and they were all terrified. He deceived them. First of all, was just to their leg. As soon as they entered, he caught them. Before any pump, that is Revelation chapter 12. I don't know whether verse is 12 or so. He spewed out water, 12, 13, 14, 15. Thereabout. He spewed out water like a flood to overtake the woman. And this is what Allah also did. He spewed out water. He first of all make it small, to deceive them, to lure them into it. And as soon as they step their feet, pulse at one time. He make it a mighty ocean that came up onto their neck. He want to get them drowned. He want to kill all of them. 36. Including Ishmael. This time Allah don't just care. He don't just care whether Ishmael is also there. 36. And they went deeper in the brook, and the waters reached up to their necks. And they were all terrified on account of the water. And once they were going over the brook, Abraham recognized that place, and he knew that there was no water there before. And Abraham said to his son Isaac, I know this place in which there was no brook, no water. Now therefore it is this Satan who does all this to us, to draw us aside this day from the commands of Yahuwah. And Abraham rebuked him and said unto him, Yahuwah rebuked thee, O Satan, be gone from us. For we go by the commands of Yahuwah. Oh, Shandarabu Sikiba, goosebumps just follow me. Be gone from me. Be gone, oh Satan. Yahuwah rebuked you, 38. And Abraham rebuked Satan and said unto him, Yahuwah rebuked thee, O Satan, be gone from us, for we go by the commands of Yahuwah. So you want to use this now to compare Allah's own. Quran 37, verses 99 through 113. You want to use this very authentic source to compare that one. You be the judge. Remember where we just read Isaiah 43 or so, verses 9 through 13. ABBA said, you are my witness. Are you ready to bear witness for Yahuwah? Me, I'm doing mine already with every fiber in me. I'm bearing witness, okay? Is the only true Yahuwah, is the only true God, is the living God, is the Almighty, is the self-made Yahuwah, is eternal, He lives eternal, He has no end. It is Yahuwah, the self-made one, the very self-made one. 39, I read. And Satan was terrified at the voice of Abraham, and he went away from them. And the place again became dry land as it was at first, right away. This is not dream, okay? 14. And Abraham went with Isaac towards the place that Yahuwah had told him. And on the third day, remember 3 animals, okay? And on the 3, we see 3 again. And on the third day, remember the words of the cross, 3 days and 3 nights. They also spent on this journey 3 days and 3 nights. Allah's own, you see how nonsensical. It doesn't make sense. How cheap and how empty. Very void and so empty. It is. 41, let me take it again. And on the third day, Abraham lifted up his eyes and saw the place at a distance which Yahuwah had told him of, and a pillar of fire appeared to him that reached from the earth to heaven, and a cloud of glory upon the mountain, and the glory of Yahuwah was seen in the cloud. And Abraham said to Isaac, my son, dost thou see in that mountain which we perceive at a distance that which I saw upon it? And Isaac answered and said unto his father, I see, and lo, a pillar of fire and a cloud, and the glory of Yahuwah is seen upon the cloud. And Abraham knew that his son Isaac was accepted before Yahuwah for a burnt offering. And Abraham said unto Eliezer and unto Ishmael his son, do you also see that which we see upon the mountain which is at a distance? And they answered and said, we see nothing. Carnality, men of flesh. Listen now, verses 47. And they answered and said, we'll see nothing more than like the other mountains and the earth. And Abraham knew that they were not accepted before Yahuwah to go with them. And Abraham said to them, abode ye here with the donkey, whilst I and Isaac my son will go to yonder in the mountain and worship there Yahuwah, and worship before Yahuwah. Then we will return back unto you. Hey, Ishandalabo Sekeyaba, Ibantalabo Iborobo Sinde Yabaye, O Masandala Bayantelubu. Hey, Yahuwah, I just love you, I magnify you. Hey, you are so beautiful, Yahuwah. You are mighty, you live, hallelujah, hallelujah. Robo Sindala Bayandalabe. Robo sindalaba yandalabe Yahuwah. Robo sindalaba yandalabe Yahuwah. Robo sindalaba yandalabe Yahuwah, Yahuwah. Robo sindalaba yandalabe. Hallelujah. Robo sindalaba yabe. Robo sindalaba yambe. Robo sindalaba yambe. Robo sindalaba yambe. Robo sindalaba yambe. Ya ya. Oh, robo sindalaba yambe. Robo sindalaba yambe. I love you, I love you. I love you, I just love you. I love you, Yahuwah. Hey, Robo Sindalaba Yabe. Verses 48. And Eliezer and Ishmael remained in that place, and as Abraham has commanded them. And 49. And Abraham took wood for a burnt offering and placed it upon his son's and placed it upon his son Isaac, and he took the fire and the knife, and they both went to that place. And when they were going along, Ishmael said, this is where reality also dawned on Papa Isaac, not Ishmael. I will bear you Ishmael. And this was where reality also dawned on Isaac and said, this thing is like I'm the ram, or I'm the animal. Hey, they're gonna be using for this offering. Listen, you want to be sure. Verses 50. And when they were 50. And when they were going along, Isaac said to his father, behold, I see here the fire and wood, and where then is the lamb? Where is the Lamb of heaven that is going to take away the sins of the world? Where is my Yahushua? Come and crown me with a crown of glory. Yeah. Hey, this one go too over sweet. Where is the lamb? Papa, where is the lamb now? Am I the lamb? No, I'm not. Now listen, 15. And when they were going along, Isaac said to his father, behold, I see here the fire and the wood, and where then is the lamb that is to be the burnt offering before Yahuwah? 51. And Abraham answered his son Isaac, saying, Yahuwah has made choice of thee, my son, to be a perfect burnt offering instead of the lamb. Isaac said unto his father, I will do all that Yahuwah spoke to thee with joy and cheerfulness of heart. 53. And Abraham again said unto his son, Abraham said again unto Isaac his son, is there in thy heart any thought or counsel concerning this, which is not proper? Tell me, my son, I pray thee. Oh, my son, conceal it not from me. You see, he want to hear. He want to see. He want to see his opinion. He want to also hear from him. Is it not that, let it not be that we are just oppressing this boy? I want to hear. Is he? Okay, let me also hear from you. Now hear what he has to say. So this is where Allah also adject, where they also call Ishmael, where Ishmael begin to talk about Abidi. 54. And Isaac answered his father, Abraham, and said unto him, O my father, as Yahuwah liveth, and as thy soul liveth, there is nothing in my heart to cause me to deviate either to the right or to the left from the word that he has spoken to thee. Neither lamb nor morsel has moved or stirred at this, nor is there in my heart any thought or evil counsel concerning this, but I am of joyful and cheerful heart in this matter. And I say, blessed is Yahuwah, who has this day chosen me to be a burnt offering before him. Come on now, the one we read. Should we read that again? Quran chapter 37, verses 99 through 130. Should we go back there again? Come on, I choose now. Tell me the truth. Which one is the authentic? Which one is the authentic? Now, Wabalawa. 57. And Abraham greatly rejoiced at the words of Isaac, and they went on and came together to the place that Yahuwah had spoken of. And Abraham approached to build the altar in that place, and Abraham was weeping, and Isaac took stones and mortar until they had finished building the altar. And Abraham took the wood and placed it in order upon the altar which he had built. And he took his son Isaac and bind him in order to place him upon the wood which was upon the altar, to slay him for a burnt offering before Yahuwah. And Isaac said to his father, bind me securely, and then place me upon the altar, lest I should turn and move and break loose from the force of the knife upon my flesh, and therefore profane the burnt offering. And Abraham did so. And Isaac still said to his father, my father, when thou shalt have slain me and burnt me for an offering, take with thee that which shall remain of my ashes to bring to Sarah my mother, and say to her, this is the sweet smelling savor of Isaac. But do not tell her this if she should sit near a well or upon any high place, lest she should cast her soul after me and die. And Abraham heard the words of Isaac, and he lifted up his voice and wept when Isaac spake these words. And Abraham tears gushed down upon Isaac his son. And Isaac wept bitterly, and he said to his father, hasten thou, O my father, and do with me the will of Yahuwah our Elohim, as he has commanded thee. And the heart of Abraham and Isaac rejoiced at this thing which Yahuwah had commanded them, but the eye wept bitterly, while their heart rejoiced. And Abraham bind his son Isaac and placed him on the altar upon the wood, and Isaac stretched forth his neck upon the altar and before his father, and Abraham stretched forth his hand to take the knife to slay his son as a burnt offering before Yahuwah. At that time, the angels of mercy came before Yahuwah and spake to him concerning Isaac, saying, O Yahuwah, thou art a merciful and a compassionate king over all that thou hast created in heaven and in earth, and thou supportest them all. Give therefore ransom and redemption instead of thy servant Isaac. Pity and have compassion upon Abraham, Isaac his son, who are this day performing thy commandment. Hast thou seen, O Yahuwah, how Isaac, the son of Abraham, thy servant, is bound down to the slaughter like an animal? Now, therefore, let pity be aroused for them, O Yahuwah. At that time, Yahuwah appeared. This is how angels intercede for us. When the testing is hard, whether it's Yahuwah testing us or Satan is the one doing that, this is how angels stood in the gap, interceding for us. And I can confidently say this. Okay, no. Let me just leave it. 69. At that time, Yahweh appeared. No, this time it's Yahushua, because when it's capital, small capital, or that is Yahushua himself. At that time, it's Yahushua, anyway, appeared unto Abraham and called to him. Where is it? All right, now, 69. At that time, Yahuwah or Yahushua appeared unto Abraham and called to him from heaven and said unto him, lay not If someone say the authenticity, the authentication of our book, of our sacrifice illustration, let me take it again. 69. At that time, Yahuwah appeared unto Abraham and called to him from heaven and said unto him, lay not thy hand upon the lead, neither do thou anything unto him. For now I know that thou fearest Yahuwah in performing this act, and in not withholding thy son, thy only son from me. No, this will also be Yahuwah. I don't know. 70. And Abraham lifted up his eyes and saw, and behold, a ram was caught in a thicket by his own. Abba will provide the lamb by himself. Provision. This is salvation. And this is what he swore for. This is where it came from. In multiplication. Oh. In multiply, I'm going to multiply you. In bless, I'm going to bless you. Okay, let's read. Let's keep going. 79. And Abraham lifted up his eyes and saw, and behold, a lamb was caught in thicket by his horns. That was the lamb which Yahuwah. Okay, lamb. Okay, a ram, excuse me. And you see, anyways, in Genesis, in Genesis, we also get oh, my father, I love my Abba Yahuwah too much. The accuracy of Abba Yahuwah is just too much that my head is just, confused over here. Anyways, 17. And Abraham lifted up his eyes and saw, and behold, a lamb was caught in a thicket by his horns. That was the ram which Yahuwah Elohim had created in the earth in the day that he made earth and heavy. This is Yahushua, people. And this is the lamb he also slew in Genesis 3, and now used the garment to cover Adam and his wife. Because he knew darkness has already, the battle did not start here anyways, it started in heaven. And he knew the battle started in heaven, and Allah, Jesus, all these devils, where the darkness that cover the surface of the deep, they are the dark. Genesis 1, they are the dark over there. Okay, they are the dark. And you see Genesis 3, that shows that they carry out their nations. They don't begin to deceive. And we also see Genesis 15, covenant was called. Right away, 16, Allah shows up. It just shows up. So Abba Yahuwah knew already, provide the lamb already. That was why I keep saying your blessing is older than you. Okay, now 71. For Yahuwah had prepared this lamb from that day to be a burnt offering instead of Isaac. Yeah. And this ram was advancing to Abraham when Satan caught hold of him and entangled his horns in the thicket, that he might not advance to Abraham, in order that Abraham might slay his son. If you read it in the popular royal law we carries, he was saying that lamb horns was broken, but he didn't tell us why, what break it. It was Satan that broke his horns. It was dragging. It was battle they were dragging, So through that process, Satan break the horns of that ram. And I can also say that was the thorn of the thorn they put on Yahushua's head. They torture him. Okay, they would really torture him at the cross. The thorn they put on his head. Yes, the thorn they put on his head. That could also be the hands of Satan torturing him. His 2 hands was pierced, his 2 feet was pierced, his head was pierced all over because they put a thorns on his head. So the 3. Imagine you break the horns of the ram. Blood is going to gush out. Exactly the blood that gushed out at the cross. Matthew 27. Where they fix that thorn of crown. That they call it crown. Thorn of crown on his head. In mocking him. While doing the works of redemption for you and me. 73 now. And Abraham, seeing that the ram advancing towards him, and Satan withholding him, fetched him and brought him before the altar, and he loosed his son Isaac from his binding, and he put the ram in his stand. And Abraham killed the ram upon the altar and brought it up as an offering in the place of his son Isaac. And Abraham sprinkled some of the blood of the ram upon the altar and exclaimed and said, this is in the place of my son. Yahushua took the place. And this is, okay, in the place of my son. And may this be considered this day as the blood of my son before Yahuwah. And all that Abraham did on that occasion by the altar, he would exclaim and say, this is in the room of my son, and may it this day be considered before Yahuwah in the place of my son. And Abraham finished the whole of the service by the altar, and the service was accomplished before Yahuwah and was accounted as if it had been Isaac. And Yahuwah blessed Abraham and his seed on the account. And Satan went to Sarah and approached him and told him, say, your son is dead already. Though Mama Sarah still died on this day. That one really hurts me. That one really hurts me. Instead of Isaac. Mama Sarah still died, but I don't want to read that. See, Satan again, turn again. It was just 76. And Satan went to Sarah, and he appeared to him in the figure of an old man, very humble and meek. And Abraham was yet engaged in the burnt offering before Yahuwah. And he said unto him, doest thou not know all the works that Abraham has made with thy only son these days? For he took Isaac and burnt and built an altar and killed him and brought him up as a sacrifice upon the altar. And Isaac cried and wept before his father, but he looked not at him, neither did he have compassion over him. And Satan repeated. Anyway, Mama Sarah died. But she did not die because Satan told him this. Because Satan also returned back again to told her. Because when Satan told him this, she ran mad. She now began to say, what? No, where is Isaac? Where is Abraham? He now began to go in search of them. She now became like a mad woman on the street. Imagine 90 years old woman. No, over 100 years old woman. About 127 years old woman. Yes, she was 127 years old. Going through that stress. It was just too much for her. She was just running around on the street in search of them. When afterwards, it was ABBA, I think so, that chased Satan back. Go and tell her you lied. Satan returned back to Mama Sarah. Why still on the street for days? And I said, I lied unto you. I'm sorry. Your son did not die. They are on their way coming. When Mama Sarah heard that, she now said, what? Hey. So that too much energy of over-exaggerating of a great joy, she passed out. Isaac is alive. That was how she just died. She passed out. That was how she died. She couldn't believe what she was hearing. My son, Isaac, alive. That was it. When she get to know that Isaac did not die, the overjoy was so great, exceedingly huge joy in her heart that she couldn't control it. The joy was so violent that she breathed her last. That was it. But that one pains me, okay? She shouldn't have died like that. Anyways, family, we are done for now. Should we still go back to that of Allah? No, that one is perfectly clear. You see nonsense? So do the judge. Abba Yahweh said, you are my witness. So do the judge. I'm done. Thank you, Abba. Love you so much. So on the Shabbat, we will touch on another part. I'm out.